UPK, oh and west. Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace in start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. But just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the nation. Daniel get a vision. Him see the black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome nor its regions. Come out them religion if you want be a free man. Cause the deacons them full of demons. Same situation with Rasta with Islam. Only beacon of hope for your lean and I.S.U.P.K and the General YAHANNA. Every fowl of the ear, every beast of the field, every creeping thing we creep on land, every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. Yahweh Shai Mashiach is a black man who have ear, let him hear. Time to prepare, spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear, we no tear. Bun Saddam, my bun Batty man are just part of the nation. Yahweh Shai never come bring peace in start of the vision. Now put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. I just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the nation, send evils and curses on the whole city and the beasts and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeat, history repeat, I know the first days. Hey, 400 years of work with, then desert with, then turn round and call we worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and they need doctors and nurses. Hey, one day to building have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you want earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day to building have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you want earn. Hey, I just part of the mission. Yahweh Shai never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. I just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the mission.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I get it, iceberg. He don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried. I got rank for it, I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga. Watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin on kindness. I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. And it feel like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweets. Coming like we, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we run it. Bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we bitch know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told him I need major motion. Think I'm joking. I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust. Now I'm too clean. Don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. U.P.K top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that E-Line to a damn tank. I got chopper stash in the attic like they Air Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See, I'm throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine in. I ain't show no mercy, I'm gonna show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it up the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He's nice, but he don't show the skills how I show the skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a made, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. Said they want my life, I ain't worried, I got Ray for real.
Shalom, Israel. My name is Officer Kayadwan out of I.S.U.P.K, Jamaica. I.S.U.P.K started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I.S.U.P.K is run by Commanding General YAHANNA, the one man with the rank and the authority to lead Israel at this time. I say Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai Barakatham to my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alatan Ba'asham Yahweh Shai to my sisters. Alright, so today we have an interesting class, you understand? So Prince Charles, you know what I mean? One of the first requests that he requests, you know what I mean? This is Prince Charles III. One of the first requests that he had, you know what I mean, in being king, no king of England, is that his shoes lace be ironed. And I'm not even making this up. You understand? One of his requests was that being the king now of Britain, that his shoelaces be ironed. You know what I mean? His pajamas be ironed. And every time him sit on a toilet seat, them give him a new toilet seat. You understand? I am not even joking. You understand? Remember to like the live, follow the page. Those who are on YouTube, remember to subscribe to the channel. You understand? I.S.U.P.K Jamaica on YouTube. You understand? Like the video. If you have questions, you can just leave them in the comment section or in the chat. You understand? Of course, we are the I.S.U.P.K and a Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? This is our Tuesday night Brotherhood class where we teach the Benjamites here in Jamaica, who are the last tribes of the house of Israel. See? To live brotherly. You know what I mean? But along with living brotherly, you know what I mean? Something has to be done. We need to know who is our true enemy in order for us to know how to live brotherly with each other. Because if we are playing on a football team and we don't know who our opponent is, it is hard for us to work together as a team to win this match. You understand? And in this race called life, there are different races. You know what I mean? And we seem to be the only race on this earth who don't know which team we belong to. You understand? Even though we wear the same jersey, which is our skin color for the most part, you know what I mean, our features, our culture, we can't come together as a team. We rather come together with the other team that has different skin color for the most part, different culture, different everything, different experience here on earth. You understand? We suffer slavery together, yet still we hate each other. You understand? And you know what I mean? It is our duty here in the I.S.U.P.K to tell you why this happened, because we have all the answers. Commanding General YAHANNA has all the answers. You understand? All the solution to every single problem that you face over here in this captivity. You understand? I'm going to show you how to come together as one. You understand? All of this killing and bloodletting that you see here in Jamaica, we have the solution for that. You understand? And no amount of curfew or police checkpoints now go solve crime. You know what I mean? Of course, we know that. You know what I mean? For the most part, the regular man knows that now go work. You understand? But you know what I mean? Them like to get some sense of comfort knowing that the police might be there. But guess what? The problem lie within us as a people. I will go show you. You understand? All right, so like I just brought out a while ago, Prince Charles' first request. You understand? And we'll share this article on the screen on YouTube so everybody can see it. If you're not on YouTube, you might not be able to see this article. You understand? We'll show some videos as well. You understand? And if you're on TikTok, you now can see the articles and the videos, right? So Prince Charles, you know what I mean? One of his first requests is that his shoelaces be ironed. I'm not even gonna make up this. Bridget, this show you the kind of narcissistic people that is ruling over the children of Israel here in Jamaica. You understand? I'm gonna read this article. It says, iron shoelaces and other lavish demands of King Charles, once nicknamed the Pampered Prince. You understand? Let me read. From Pampered Prince to Cuddle King, Zane, although he was just proclaimed Britain's reigning monarch last weekend, Charles III has been living like a king his whole life. You understand? And I will show you why he has been able to live this way. And by living this way, he has become a spoiled and selfish individual, like all the British, you know what I mean, royalties. You understand? And I will show you why they were able to do that. See? Let me continue reading. Like a king his whole life. See? King Charles was reportedly nicknamed the Pampered Prince by his staff of Clarence House, where he has lived with his wife, the farmer Camilla Parker Bowles, since 2003. All right. Let me continue reading. See? Paul Burrell, who served as a butler to the Queen and the Prince and the Princess Diana, revealed the precise direction the King's staff are given to care for him, from ironing his shoelaces to putting toothpaste on his toothbrush. This is all lavish, you know what I mean, and outrageously lavish, you know what I mean. These royal, so-called royal people over there in Britain live, you know. You understand? He is expecting people when he become king to iron his shoelaces. I mean, who irons them shoelaces? Maybe somebody, you know what I mean, who have an Air Force One, who have that, you know what I mean, those type of shoelaces. You iron it, for, you know what I mean, because you want to look fresh. But who asks other people for iron them shoelaces as a requirement to keep your job? Let me continue reading. See, the farmer butler shared that Charles had everything done for him. This is talking about the new King Charles now, you know. So the queen, that tyrannous bitch, she's dead. Good riddance. Now we have a tyrannous king. Pan our hand right now. See, his pajamas are pressed every morning. Pajama, brother. All right. Me understand. Pajama. See, you keep everything in order. You understand? But the same pajama you go sleep in and crush it up. You go crush up back the same pajama. How can that be a stipulation in order for you to keep your job? See, I'm going to show you why they are able to do this. You understand? And you here in Jamaica living in squalors and in poverty, you know what I mean? You don't have, you are just happy to be alive here in Jamaica. Just happy to be surviving. Meanwhile, these bastards over there are getting their shoelaces and their pajamas ironed. You understand? Let me continue reading. His shoelaces are pressed flat with an iron. The bad plug has to be in a certain position. Now listen. And the water temperature has to be just tepid. In a bathtub filled, only half full, Burrell said. These are the requirements that this, you know what I mean, this pompous bastard, you know what I mean, almost oppression to his butler staff, you know. He's oppression, oppress them because they are his servants, you know. Then these are not real requirements that makes any kind of difference. He just wants to oppress. And that is the type of tyranny we here in Jamaica, as the descendants of the slaves, have been experiencing experiencing from their foreparents. That shows you how they rule over us. And even though they're still in power today, still rule over our government, making such outlandish demands that they want them true laces iron. Then you understand now why you live in such a terrible condition here in Jamaica. Because these are the people who rule your government. Let me continue reading. The king even as his valet squeeze 1 inch of toothpaste onto his toothbrush every morning. It must be, you know what I mean? It must be nice being a, you know what I mean, a descendant of royalty over there in Britain. Getting your toothbrush, you know what I mean, your toothpaste squeezed by your behalf, as if you can't do it yourself. You can't squeeze your own toothpaste by your toothbrush. Let me continue reading. After getting ready, Charles' strict morning routine continued with breakfast. Prince Charles, as a healthier option, he'd have homemade bread, a bowl of fresh fruit juice. Chef Graham Newbold, a former member of the royal staff, said, wherever the prince go in the world, the breakfast box goes with him. He has 6 different types of honey. Some special mousselis is dried fruit and anything that's a bit special that he is a bit fussy about. All right. He also supposedly insists that cheese and biscuit be warmed at a certain temperature. Yo, I tell you. Yo, these are the people that had you in slavery. These are the people that rule over your government. And then you wonder why you're poor. When you see the I.S.U.P.K and a commanding general, you're gonna come out and blast and blaze upon the white man. Don't defend them. Don't defend them. Don't watch the smiling faces of these tourists that visit Jamaica and how well they deal with you. You understand? Don't watch that. We know what is really in the hearts of our oppressors. Don't defend them. You understand? This is a king, you know, who is now king over you. You might say, boy, him not king over we. Queen Elizabeth and not king over queen over we and Ray. Tell you what, they rule your government. Regardless of what you think, they rule over you. And this is a man, now the king over Jamaica. Rest assured. I will show you why we say that. Zin, rest assured, now the king over Jamaica. And his requirement is that his shoelaces be ironed. He's a tyrant and an oppressor. And that is the reason why you are poor, because these are the people who have been ruling over you. You understand? These are the people that have been ruling over you, and then you wonder why you have to grow up in poverty. Why, even though they say them give independence, you don't feel independent. Truly is because you're not independent. That was just all a scam. These people want your shoelace to be ironed. Just do the maths there. What kind of psychopath want him shoelace to be ironed? You understand? So when we come out and we blaze and we call the white man the devil the Bible speak of, it's not because we don't like the skin color of white people. It's not that. We can never be racist. These people are racist because they are in the power of authority where they can inflict real racism. What we are saying to you is understand who your enemies are. That's all we are saying. The man in the garrison next door to you is not your enemy. Your neighbor, who your Obia man said, a true blow by your brethren is a lie, is not your enemy. Your real enemy, your real enemies are the ones that rule over you over there in Britain. And is still ruling over you to this day. You understand? 1 second, then may I conduct a class here? May I conduct a class? 1 second. Zin, these are the people that rule over you. These are your enemies. You understand? We are bringing it out, man. You know what I mean? You might have just joined the live. This is Delvin Hutchinson, right? Delvin Hutchinson. We are bringing out that, you know what I mean, King Charles first request, you know what I mean, as king, is that his shoelaces be ironed and him get, you know what I mean, a change, a different toilet seat every time him take a shit. That is his requirement, or that, you know what I mean, whoever is responsible for that will be fired. You understand? And like we brought out time and time again, that fake independence that we got here in Jamaica is no independence. You understand? No independence. You are still subjects to the king and the queen over there. No the king, but once the queen. Zin? What you mean? All right, we're going to explain. Zin, who is the head of state here in Jamaica? All right, you're quick on the typing, so we're going to ask you a question. Hopefully you can respond, you know what I mean, timely enough so I can continue with my class. Who is the head of state here in Jamaica? Delvin Hutchinson. All right, you take too long. Zin, you take too long, Delvin. The head of state here in Jamaica is the Governor General. Right. Alexander Bailey say the GG, the Governor General. The Governor General's wife is called the First Lady. Did you know that? It is not the Prime Minister's wife, you know. It is the Governor General's wife, right? Upon giving us this so-called independence, in 1962, you know what I mean? They appointed the representation of the Queen called the Governor General here in Jamaica, who is the head of state. If you go inside any government building in Jamaica, and there you will see a picture of the Prime Minister, whichever member of whichever political leader or parliamentarian who is responsible for that particular branch of government, and a Governor General's picture. Every time you will see the Governor General's picture exalted above the Prime Minister and that parliamentarian, because the Governor General is the head of state and the Governor General is the representation of the monarch over there in Britain. There was no independence. None. There is no such thing as independence here in Jamaica. You have just only been seeing black faces governing Jamaica. Same like, all right, let me give you an example. The Prime Minister over there in Britain, he's not the head of state. When name Johnson. Then he's now not the Prime Minister. It's the woman where she named, that lady. Then she's now the Prime Minister. She's not the head of state. Anything the Queen or whoever is on the throne tell that person to do, to the point of step down, them have to do it. Them just don't get them on dirty with actually fixing the problems of Jamaica or fixing the problems of Britain. But they call the shots. So you see the Prime Minister up and down, he's just a worker. He's the one that do the press conference. He's the one that, you know what I mean, have to answer all of the questions concerning Jamaica. But he's not the man in charge. He's not the man in charge. And then you wonder, why is it so hard here in Jamaica? Because those who are in charge don't want it to get better for you. Those that are really in charge don't want things get better for you because they had you in slavery previously, and for life get better for you means less money for them. Why would they give up their position to rule over you? You're a prime minister under this tie. I mean, if he wanted, he could come so now, boop, and say, look, we're not going to answer to the Queen no more, you know. But he would be running a serious risk. You would hear say your prime minister die suddenly. You understand? You would probably hear that your prime minister get caught up in some scandal. His hands are tied and he's not telling you that his hands are tied. You understand? That's all it is. When you cry about GLP and PMP and this and that, you're crying, you know what I mean? You're like a dog barking off a flying bird, Bridget. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. Who calls the shots is not even here in Jamaica. You understand? And who calls the shots are tyrannous, you know what I mean, narcissistic people. And that is the reason why your children and your grandchildren grew up in the garrison in poverty and nothing can get better. And no matter how much education your people get, there's always lack of employment. When last of they build a factory here in Jamaica so that we can do some production, so we can be an economy of productive people, that is not within their interests. Their interest is not to better this slave plantation. It is to keep you working to the standard that they need you to work. You understand? And always keep you down as a people. And we explain every day the reason why they do this. You understand? So, King Charles III, him want him shoelace iron. You know what I mean? One of his first requests as being the king now of Britain. You know what I mean? His pajamas iron. You know what I mean? And new toilet seats be granted to him every time him take a shit. I am not making this up. You can just Google it. I'm not going to read all of this article. Who just forward. You know what I mean? Not for go research for myself. Zane. Meanwhile, the people here in the Caribbean who is a part of the Commonwealth, we don't share no Commonwealth. We don't get no part of the Commonwealth that we give to them through our hard labor and slavery. Where is the wealth here in Jamaica? There is none. So what kind of Commonwealth them at? We live in 90% of us, the descendants of the slave. I'm going to go as far as say 95, 96% of us. We are garrison people, poor people. Some of us, you know what I mean, majority of that 90%, poverty. We are talking about which Commonwealth? There is no such thing as no Commonwealth. That is just a pretty name for say, oh, these are our colonies. You understand? That is just a pretty word for a colony ruled over with no mercy. Me ask you a question. Anybody can type in an answer. See? This is the I.S.U.P.K and the command in general, YAHANNA. See? Will the people them who used to rape your foreparents and torture them for work, for free, and if them rebel, hang them and burn them alive? See? After gaining control over the entire earth because of your hard work and free labor, which came at no cost to them, will they give you independence and grant you a better life? Come out of your dream, man. Come out of your dream where you are living, Abridging. You need to wake up and understand, say, yo, your enemies are not the ones in your communities that you see every day, those hungry faces just like you. They are not your enemies. Your enemies are the ones that had you in slavery and still ruling over you now, today, to this day. And guys claiming that you have independence, and we here in Jamaica, we don't feel no independence. You understand? So what we are going to do right now, Zane, we're going to jump to all of the countries them where Britain rule over. And how did Britain rule over them country? Through the sword, through murder and bloodshed, massacre. You understand? Killing of millions and millions of people. Millions. You know what I mean? Millions of our people and other people. We're going to jump to it. Remember to like the video. You know what I mean? Like the video. Like the live. You know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. See? Yeah, man. Subscribe to the channel. And also leave your comments. If you have a question, just leave it in the comment section. All right, so we have a list out all the name of the countries them where the British Empire rule over. Them say the sun though set on the British Empire. The reason why them say that is because, you know what I mean? Ken Andrew say, Grenada. Yeah, man, you're right, brother. See? The reason why them say the sun though set on the British Empire is because, you know what I mean, they have invaded and conquered so much different, you know what I mean, lands and the face of this earth that no matter where you go on this face of the earth, you will find a landmass ruled by the British Empire. So the sun really don't set on the British Empire. It don't set on the British Empire, brother. Because no matter where the sun there, there's always, you know what I mean, a British colony right there. You see? So the first one, Afghanistan. So Britain conquered Afghanistan. You understand? And Afghanistan got their independence in 1919. Then you have Antigua and Barbuda, Benjamites, our people. See? Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Alexander. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Remember, you know what I mean? Join the class them too, you know. You know what I mean? Don't learn from a distance. Come be a part of the movement, man. You see? Yeah, man. All right. So you have Bahamas. See? You have Bahrain. You have Barbados. See? You have Belize. How much that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Botswana, 7. Brunei, 8. Cyprus, 9. Dominica, 10. Egypt, 11. Eswatini. First me I hear that name there. See? So Egypt was what? 11, 12. Right? Lose track. Anyway. Fiji. Call it 13. See? The Gambia, 14. Ghana, 15. Grenada, 16. Guyana, 17. India, 18. Iraq, 19. Palestine, 20. Jamaica, 21. Jordan, 22. Kenya, 23. This name, Kiribati. First me I hear about that country there. You know what I mean? That's our 23. Kuwait, 24. Lesotho, 25. Libya, 26. Malawi, 27. Malaysia, 28. Maldives, 29. Malta, 30. Mauritius, 31. Myanmar, 32. Nauru, 23. Slovakia. Nigeria, 34. Oman, 35. Pakistan, 36. Qatar, 37. St. Lucia, 38. St. Kitts and Nevis. All right, I remember St. Lucia, St. Kitts. Never stop counting because never lose track. You know what I mean? Then, St. Lucia, St. Kitts, those are Benjamites. You understand? St. Vincent, St. Chilis, Sierra Leone, Solomon Island, Somaliland, South Yemen, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Tanganyika. Some names that I have never heard before. See? Tongo, Trinidad and Tobago, Benjamites, our brothers, Israelites. See? Tuvalu, Uganda, United Emirates, United Arab Emirates, Slovakia. Even the United States was once a British colony. You understand? Let me continue reading. Vanuatu, Zambia, Zanzibar, Zimbabwe, Australia, Canada, Ireland, Dominion of the, Newfoundland. I don't know what that, it have all a flag. You see? South Africa, New Zealand, Iraq, Anguilla, Rhodesia, Bermuda, Gibraltar, Finland Islands, Northern Cameroons, Southern Cameroons, British occupied zone in Germany, West Germany, Hong Kong. You know what I mean? All right, for the most part, them enslaved dark, what do they call it now? The dark people of the earth, for the most part, predominantly the children of Israel. You know what I mean? Of course, not every dark people are Israelites. You understand? Which will bring that out and show you. See? But for the most part, their colonies include dark-skinned people. You understand? And these dark-skinned people are who that make them rich. You understand? So that now King Charles can be recommending that, you know what I mean? He need a new toilet seat every time him take a shit. You know what that mean? Every day him take a shit, him need a new toilet seat. Which means you have to have a warehouse full of toilet seat every year for please this tyrant. You understand? This is the mindset of the people that rule over you here in Jamaica. You know what I mean? And of course, my answer why them rule over us because the Governor General answers to the Queen and is the head of state. See? You know what I mean? So out of 500 years of sucking the wealth out of all of these places, you know what I mean? All of these countries who them rule over, you know what I mean? Can one say that there's actually equality, you know what I mean, and coming together and loving everybody when you have one set of people, Zane, who rules the earth, you know what I mean, and their race of people rule the earth, you know what I mean, and they divide the spoils amongst their people. You have some over here, so some over there, so. You understand? Can we really say that there is unity in this place? No, there is no such thing as unity. All right. And to think that there will ever be unity, you would have to come so now, boom, and ignore the last 500 years. You'd have to ignore the last 500 years. And you'd have to ignore the fact that these people still rule over you. You understand? A matter of fact, unity don't have nothing to do with you. You are not the one who should come together in unity. It is them. You know what I mean? But it seems like the pressure is on you because you are the one who is living in squalor here in Jamaica. You are the ones being educated to love everybody. When the people in charge don't love everybody, the people in charge want their shoelaces and their pajamas ironed. And a new toilet seat every day when them take a shit. You understand? So, to gain equality, the pressure is not on you. The burden is not on you for equality. You understand? The burden is not on you, the burden is on them. So if you think that one day you'll get equality, guess what? You're being stupid and gullible. You understand? After 500 years, and you still don't have equality, you have to be, you know what I mean? You have to love the abuse. That's like a woman in an abusive relationship. You know what I mean? And every time she say, yo, every time the man black up her eye, them, she say, boy, I'm going to change. You understand? Yeah, man. And we Benjamites over here in Jamaica, we have never gotten freedom since. So under this oppression, you know what I mean, we making them rich, we working, our spoils making, you know what I mean, and we're going to jump to what? Even the crown that she wear upon her end, which now King Charles are going to wear upon him head, we are going to give the value. And it's just, yo, it is so surprising. It is so surprising as to how rich you made these people. Zane? Yeah, man. We made them rich through slavery. We made them rich during the Windrush. Who remember Windrush? Who remember the Windrush situation? When, you know what I mean, them used to require servants and handmaids from Jamaica to come up there and work. And these people, children, did not even, they were promised citizenship. Then, and now their children are being deported. Because them have know that they don't need them no more. Their children are being deported. You understand? Because them have no right over there in Britain. Just exploiting the slaves once again. And after that, you know what David Cameron wanted to do? Build prison here in Jamaica. That is the thanks that we get for all our hard work. All our hard work that we have done for this monarchy over there in Britain. Them want to give us prison for lock we up. Because, you know what I mean, to be honest, that is where them want to stay. Locked up like in cages, like animals. You understand? So it's time now, you see, for us, we as the children of Israel, to turn to the Most High. Turn to our God, the God of Israel. And we are going to show you that these people knew that we are the Israelites. You know what I mean? We have quite a few things that we're going to bring out in this class today. You know what I mean? Remember to like the video, you know what I mean? And share around the life as well. You understand? Yeah, man. So we should come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. We emphasize it because, you know what I mean, straying away from them is the reason why we're in this predicament right now. You know what I mean? We are your children have to grow up in abstract poverty. You know what I mean? You have to decide whether or not you go cook food today or send a picnic at school, or you go pay bills, or you go send a picnic at school. You understand? Or cook a pot today. You understand? And everybody live that way there, you know. Your oppressor don't live like that, you know. Like I bring out before, this is our hell. You understand? And they are living in their heaven. So when our heaven go forward, your Christian pastor tell us you have to die if you get to heaven. You have to die if you get to heaven. That is what your Christian church is telling you. Meanwhile, the one who gave you the Christian church, he's living in his heaven now. So why you have to die to go to your heaven? That is because your slave master doesn't want you to die. You understand? So he gave Christianity. You understand? And he paint himself as the people inside of the book. You understand? Paint himself as Jesus. When you examine the Bible, Jesus no looks up. That white Jesus, me no see no woolly ear upon him. This is woolly ear. Me no see no woolly ear upon white Jesus. White Jesus have straight doggy ear. Feet ear come like dog ear. You understand? Him not have feet of brass or hands and feet of brass. This is the color of brass, brother. This is the color of brass. White Jesus now feet of brass. So what have your Christian church been doing? Teaching you lies, teaching you white supremacy, teaching you to revere your oppressor as God. That is the only purpose of the Christian church. I like how I bring out in previous classes, the Christian church. I want to listen. 8,000 over there on the live right now over here. So, see, I want to listen. Listen, we brought out in previous class that the Christian church, their drive to conquer all over here and enslave your people was because they were trying to get rid of the children of Israel. They were adopting this new religion, you know what I mean, and trying to steal the Bible. And they said, we have to get rid of the children of Israel. We have to go to war with the children of this book because we now claim this book. That is the motivation of Christianity. Christianity was in the mind of the oppressor when he enslaved you. It is Christianity that motivated him. Christianity is his zeal. So why are you Christians now? Or you in the Christian church today? When Christianity is the reason, the mindset behind your oppressor putting you in chains. It just don't make no sense. You understand? It don't make no sense. That's why we implore you to come from out of this Christian church. You understand? And let me show you this. Stop look on the condition of your people and write off your people. You have to remember, say it started off from our oppressor. Stop look on the crime and the violence we see here in Jamaica that we are doing to each other. It is terrible. It is the most terrible thing we can do to each other. But stop look down upon your people because, you know what I mean, you see them doing that and seeing them as the worst of evil and taking your mind off of who really put your people in the condition that them have to resort to things like this. You have to wake up. It is not yesterday this problem started. The division started from in slavery. You understand? They have been dividing us from Willie Lynch time. See? Then political times. GLP and PMP. You understand? JLP and PMP taught you to murder. When you have a different, or you have a different, you know what I mean, belief system. You understand? They were the ones that armed you up in your community, armed up the young man them in the community and set them at war with each other. They put that murder culture, this terrorist mindset in the mind of our youth. Stop look on the youth them like them are, like them are some Satan. It was Satan who put that in the mind of the youth. And I say Satan may talk about our political leaders and Britain and them, our slave masters. It's like part of the cake, something cause it to start spoil, and then eventually the entire cake rotten. But you don't blame the cake. You blame who make the cake start spoil. You blame who never put the cake in the fridge so that it never start rot. How can you blame the people them who grew up in a poverty, who come out of slavery, and right as them come out of slavery, you divide them politically and give them guns to kill off them one another? Now that come to maturity, see, now that manifests now and become strong in a Jamaica and them can't control it. How can you blame these people? You have to blame them leaders. You have to blame them leaders. You have to blame the political leaders who divide them. Ask them, why are you still in an organization that have divided my people and caused them to murder each other because you want rulership here in Jamaica? And now it reached a point now that we have no love for each other and we kill each other, double murder, triple murder. You can't blame the youth them. You have to blame the political leaders them who you claim a fight crime. Were they fighting crime in the 70s and 80s? You have to blame them. You have to blame your religious leaders them, the Christian church, for not giving them history back that in the very Bible that the Christian church have your history in it. And the Christian church never give you your history, never tell you that, look, you are the children of Israel. You have a covenant to the Most High. You have to keep these laws, and part of these laws is thou shalt not murder. You have to keep these laws. You are a great people. The Christian church never tell you say you are great people, you know. You know the Christian church tell you God love everybody, making you not special. And even though I look on the mind game, he might tell you say God love everybody. Meanwhile, you come from out of slavery, and God look like a slave master. You know what that psychologically tells your brain? That the slave master who enslaved you better than you. And if God white and God treat my people like garbage, my people are garbage. That is what it tells the brain psychologically, to the point now that we tell our, you know what I mean? Back in the days, our granny them used to say you're black and ugly. You understand? The Christian church took away the self-esteem of the children of Israel. That is what the Christian church did. And the Christian church continued to make you willing slaves. But bring out in another class where, you know what I mean, our oppressor over there in the United States, the same white man, Zane, back in the time of Reconstruction, you know what I mean, said that Christianity is the best tool to make black people the best slave. That is what they said. You understand? That is what they said. This is the best tool for black people to become the best slaves. And then you wonder why Christians here in Jamaica don't have nothing good to say about black people. You can't be a black, you know what I mean? You can't be pro-black if you're a Christian. Because the Christian church teach that, you know what I mean, color don't matter. You know what I mean? God love everybody. Meanwhile, other nations oppress you. You cannot be pro-black. You can't love black people if you're a Christian. You can't love black people if you're a Christian. If you're a Christian, you have to hate black people. Because the God where you serve white, you have to love him. And all of that gospel music inside of the Christian church, which are nothing but love songs to Jesus. Nothing but lonely bitches inside of the Christian church singing love songs to Jesus because they never have a man. Sexually you know what I mean, frustrated bitches inside of the Christian church. Now have a man singing love songs to Jesus, to the oppressor. All that do is weaken our nation. All that does is weaken our nation, make us weak, and make us not see who our enemies are. You understand? So we should never blame our youth them for the crime. Of course, we are not condoning crime and murder. We not condone it. You understand? We here in the I.S.U.P.K, we reform murderers. We reform drug dealers. We reform, you know what I mean, sisters who were once whore. Make them daughters of Zion again. That is what we do. You know what I mean? We not condone no crime and violence, but don't dare blame the youth them. Don't ever blame a ghetto youth for crime and violence. If you do that, you only love the oppressor. That is what you do. You love the oppressor. How can you blame a man for growing up in an environment where he have no control over and him resort to something, you know what I mean, even though it's destructive to his own people? He's a victim. Him and him people that he kill is the victim. Because him are killing people and him people are killing him. Why aren't they killing the enemy? And I'm not saying go out and kill other nations. Don't get me wrong. The fact that we in the garrison kill off each other and not our slave master means we are the victims. And we are not the problem. Because how can you convince somebody to kill them own people? That means that you do a serious number upon them people there, that you have them killing them own self and not you who are their enemies. And guess who convinced them to hate themselves? The Christian church. The Christian church is the reason why black people kill black people. And these filthy, disgusting Christian pastors come out and want to pray against crime and violence. When you put black hatred in the minds of the people here in Jamaica by showing them that white Jesus and telling them to love the religion of them oppressor and not telling them that their history is in the Bible and they are the people who God chose to rule the earth. The Christian pastor, the Christian church is the reason why the crime is so high, and your political leaders. That is the real problem here in Jamaica. And this is orchestrated by your oppressor right after, you know what I mean, during slavery, Christianity. Don't read the Bible. If you read the Bible, then burn out your eyes. Let me tell you who read the Bible. Paul Bogle, Sam Sharp, everybody that had, you know what I mean, any kind of rebellion against this wicked system and against our oppressor, read the Bible. And this rebellion that they did is against Christianity. That say, you know what I mean, you have to forgive, you know what I mean, your enemy. When it say, when the Bible really talk about the enemy of your people. But once you're looking at the Bible, you see, say, wait, hold on. Who know about it? We here in Jamaica call it the Book of Maccabees, which is just two books out of the Apocrypha. You know why those books got banned here in Jamaica? Those books got banned in Jamaica because Paul Bogle read it and it inspired a rebellion against the white man. Guess why it inspired a rebellion against the white man and this wicked system? Because in the book of 1st and 2nd Maccabees, it tells you that the white man, the Romans and the Greeks, are the enemies to God's people. And remember, this is not Lord of the Ring inside of the Bible, you know. This is telling you about real, actual nations that were on the face of the earth, you know. And still exist today, you know. That's why we are trying to show you, say this is not a fictional book. It is the most accurate book on the face of the earth. In 1st and 2nd Maccabees, it tells us that the Greeks were our enemies. That is why they banned. And then we know, not knowing anything about it, say the Maccabee Bible. There's no such thing as the Maccabee Bible. The Maccabee is just 2 books that were in the Bible, 1st and 2nd Maccabee, and it tell you that the Romans, the same white people them who crucified, who lynched a black man named YAHANNA, who the world called Jesus Christ, they are your enemies. The Christian church read through the New Testament and say, well, you know what I mean, Christ being crucified, you know what I mean, and them say, see the Jews them no love Christ, our white Jesus, but them never tie the knot. Them never say, yo, this was a black man who the Romans killed. And the Romans were white people, just like how the white people them lynch us. Not only we got lynched here in Jamaica too, you know. Not only in Jamaica, but in the United States. The same way they lynched YAHANNA is the same way how them lynch black people. You understand? In the United States and here in Jamaica, in, you know what I mean, in the past. And in the present in the United States. Christ died a regular black man death. You understand? So when we tell you, say this is not a white man book, you must listen. The white man now go take nothing great and give you credit for it. He must steal it. You understand? He must paint himself because that is how him do. Him steal people culture and then pretends to be that people. You understand? He's an invading force. That is the oppressor. And he's your enemy. Stop loving the oppressor. Stop picking up for the oppressor. You pick up for the oppressor and love the oppressor to your own detriment and the detriment of your children. After all, yes, you grew up come see. And the history where you learn, you still love white people or the hell you love white people. You have sense? Stop loving the oppressor and love your own people. Them love them own people. Them no love you. And every nation adhere to that rule, even the Chinese. Why are you loving everybody? You see, whenever a person come to me and say, whenever a black person come to me and say, yo, them love everybody, me just interpret that as them hate black people. That's all that is, you know. All they are saying that I have been brainwashed to hate my own people and love everybody else. Because you can't love the oppressor, your people, and love your people at the same time. How can you love the rapist and love the person that is being raped? That makes no sense. If somebody murder your brother, how can you love them and love your brother at the same time? Christianity have our people in a mad, crazy mindset that is even destructive. And it is not only the people in the garrison that murder each other that is setting us back. It is also those of us inside of that Christian church or who subscribe to Christianity that love everybody. You make we take 10 steps back as a people. It's like we have a competition and you take the points where you get to your own people and I get to another people. That don't make no damn sense. You need points to win this race. And them call it race for a reason, because when they refer to people, them say race because we are in a competition. It is not by accident. We are all on the face of the earth in a competition. That's why we are called race. And you want to take the points from your people and get to another people, them are going to win the race and you're going to lose. Stop loving the other nations. The Most High say, separate from these heathens. Him choose you to win the race. You know, but I want to win the race. Then, you know what I mean? What happened to your people? What happened to your children? Stop loving the oppressor. When the queen died, you know what I mean? And this, me have to give our people credit for this still. They have to go on a round of applause. Because my sister was not deep in the brainwash like one time. See? And I have to give you a round of applause for that. See? But majority of us still in the brainwash. You understand? When the queen died, there was a good response to not mourning for the queen. And I have to clap on for that. You understand? You have to clap with them. But guess what you need for do now? You need to come out of politics too. You need to come out of the Christian church too. You need to separate from Rastafariism because it turns your people into weed heads. Rastafariism is the reason why your son smoke weed. You need to now identify what are the things that, you know what I mean, are negative to your people and separate from it. You understand? And the Bible is not negative to your people. The Bible teaches your people to not murder, to love each other. But your Christian church was just only misrepresenting the Bible. You understand? We have to adopt a serious selfishness as a people. You understand? A serious selfishness. A selfishness that say, look, if I want a tin of polish and the Chinese man sell it for $100, if the woman at the stall, one of my people, right in front of that Chinese wholesale, sell it for $120, I will lose my extra $20 just to not support this Eden and to support my own people. That is called economic warfare. You're in a war, but you don't know. The Christian church never tell you so you're in a one war. You're in a one war, and the war has already been won, and you lost. You lost so badly that you are now like a prey. You have food that everybody come and eat up. The Chinese come to Jamaica and they make themselves rich off of you and give nothing back because the oppressor allowed them. Your main oppressor, the white man, him allow it. You understand? And every nation, the Arabs, you understand, the Indians, the East Indians, I not talk with Taino brothers them, I talk about the East Indians them. Everybody come to Jamaica and make a living off of you and make themselves rich and send them children to university to become doctors and lawyers and, you know what I mean, and profound businessmen. And you in the garrison suffer a bun weed because of Rastafariism, loving everybody because of Christianity. When nobody loves you, love is an action word. And the Chinese show you that they don't love you because when you short $1, when you short $1 at that Chinese wholesale, do you get the item that you want? You don't. You don't get the item what you want because you short $1. That is hate. We need to recognize hate. We need to give thanks for the I.S.U.P.K and the Commanding General YAHANNA. Because what Commanding General YAHANNA does is not easy. Every time Commanding General YAHANNA come out and speak against the oppressor, you defend the oppressor. You speak against Commanding General YAHANNA and say, I preach hate. When all Commanding General YAHANNA is telling you that, look, the other nations don't love you. Them help them own and they don't help you. Learn to love your own. But like a stubborn child, virgin. No, that is it. Ray. Meanwhile, other people get rich in the race of life and you lose the race of life. And then you wonder why, boy, crime will get out of hand. Boy, we don't know what we are going to do. Boy, Jamaica got. That is because you love everybody. And you itch up in the Christian church. That is the reason why murder get worse. Because you don't undo nothing to your young people. Hey, Bridget, you know what? It's frustrated if you grew up in the garrison. Me grew up in the garrison. Bridget, it's hard for you to pick up a gun, Bridget. Hard. I tell you. No for one of my, a man might say, boy, it's never hard for me, you know, it's hard for me. You hear that? It's rough. Rough in the garrison. And all of my brother them, all of my nigga them, brethren. Rough for them too. See? Me understand why brothers pick up gun. Because when we left school, nothing no there for we, brethren. And why nothing no there for we? Because you love everybody. So the Chinese leave something for them own. The Chinese left something for them own. Where you love for your children, them nothing. Because you love everybody. Loving everybody means that you don't love your children. No care how much you tell them about I love you. You hate them if you love the Chinese and patronize the Chinese. Because you tell them, say, look, we are going to make the Chinese rich and leave nothing for you because the Chinese are going to take everything and give to them own people, which means nothing now going left for your children. And the hard truth, you know, Bridging, you can love everybody if you don't want, you know, but just know, say, your children are come pick up gun, Bridging. That's all me I tell you, you know. Just know, say, your people them are come murder people, brother. That's all me I tell you, no. Because nothing not there. Where you see there? Every day things get worse and worse, and who itch up in this political thing and love politicians to their own detriment and the detriment of the children. Uno glad for the little handout that these politicians go on, that love the sufferation one inner. Love the sufferation because you drink tea this morning and when you work in a public bathroom downtown in Amigla Park. Is that something to celebrate these political leaders over? Is that anything to be happy about? Brother, nothing no nice, brother. Nothing no nice. I'm going to show you say nothing no nice. I'm going to show you how lavish this British monarchy live. I'm going to show you. I'll show you how much things that them wear cost. See? All right. 1 second. All right. You know what I mean? The most I did tell we, say I'm going to make us jealous with a no people. Because we're stubborn. You know what I mean? We're stiff-necked. See me here? See commanding General YAHANNA, I tell you, say, boy, don't love the other nations. You fight General YAHANNA for just telling you to love your own people. Stiff-neck. So the most I say, look, they're going to make you jealous with a no people. And who are these no people? These no people are your oppressors, the royal family. See? They are no people. Them not even have a culture, Bridget, but them know to kill and them know to plunder and steal. You understand? And them plunder and rob you. You understand? So now them live lavish and you poor. You're not jealous. You're not jealous. You bad mind your brother in the garrison, but you not bad mind the British Royal them. Them you for bad mind. There's a time for everything under the sun, and bad mind are one of them. See? But you bad mind your own people. You need for bad mind King Charles and Queen Elizabeth. When you see all them, see all them send off the Queen. Who watch the funeral service. You're not jealous. You know, see all them send off them royalty. In a such pomp and pageantry. The funeral cost £80 million. You're not jealous, brother? You feel bad mind that. You feel say, look how much money them spend on a funeral. For somebody with them love. You know what kind of burial we give our king, Yahushua Mashiach, our black king, which the world called Jesus Christ. Guess what kind of funeral we give? We put him in our grave and roll one stone. Roll one stone on the grave. That is what we did to our king. These white people love their queen. Them give her the best funeral and burial in this big building, not out of the world. No. Them bury her inside of that church. That church, the walls them lined with real gold. You don't bad mind? You don't jealous? If you're not jealous, you don't know rulership. You don't know rulership and you don't want better for your children. If you're not vexed to see them send off them queen with your money. with your hard work and your labor. If you don't vex, you're one traitor. You don't love your people and you hate your children. You have to look upon that and say, but look how them live lavish and we poor. And we build up Britain. And we work to this day and still pay them for being rich. So that them can say, yo, I and my shoes lace. You must vex. We have put back the Holy Spirit in our own. I mean, Christian church telling about the Holy Spirit is hallelujah and shantalam. This is the Holy Spirit. Holy means separate. We have put back life in our own. We have some love for the people. That is what we do. We not play no games. Your Christian church is singing and dancing and one bag of foolishness. Meanwhile, you are in poverty. Meanwhile, you are killing each other. Meanwhile, your oppressor rule over you. We not play. We want rulership. We want your children to grow up as royal bloodlines as they are. We are Yashar Allah in the Hebrew, Prince of the Power, sons of God. That is who we are. We are not no blasted Jamaica, no rotted, you know what I mean? No filthy, disgusting African. I'm going to show you how the Africans had a hand to play in our slavery as well. See? And hopefully another class we can go deeper into it. See? You understand? So you pay for the Rolls Royce and the Benz where them drive round at that funeral. You work hard for that. Prince Charles show you say, yo, him no work a day in his life. Somebody have to iron him shoelace. Him shoelace, brother. Him shoelace. You work hard for that. That is your handiwork. You understand? Yeah, man. That is your handiwork. See? All right. Yeah, man. White people love them queen, man. Love them queen. Love them queen. The question is, do you love your king? Do you love your king enough to stop smoking weed, brother? Your black king, your Awashai Mashiach with the Christian church, because he was so great. Britain decided them to steal him image to make them look great. Do you love your king enough to say, boy, me not go molest people picnic? Me go stop being homosexual. Do you love your king enough to do that? Do you love your king enough to say, me go stop sleep with my brother's wife? Do you love your king enough to stop murdering your brother? Do you love your king enough to stop being a whore and cheating on your man, talking to our sisters? You understand? Because we are royalty, you know. We have a king, you know. We have a king. But our oppressor teach us that, you know what I mean, he was white. He's not white. He look just like you. Just like you here in Jamaica. You understand? And our kingdom would be much more beautiful than what you see over Britain. But do you love your king enough to do what your king says to do? So that your people can get fixed? That is the question, because white people love for them queen. You see, if somebody ever run up in another ceremony there and say them are going to do any kind of harm, they would have dead on the spot. On the spot. It could even come up in a them brain, brother. To try nothing at that ceremony. Because white people love them queen. Them show all over the media, all over every news network, how the queen was great when all that bitch was she was as a tyrant to our people. That's all she was. A tyrant who rape and rob our people and rule over our government and tell our government to never make we excel. That's all she was. And you have some blasted buffoons here in Jamaica where, you know what I mean, I talk about hail queen and love queen. When she's the descendant of the people who enslave our people. See? White people love them queen, make them love them queen. You for love your king. And we not talk King Charles. We not talk about King Charles. You see it? Alright. Those on TikTok we never can see this, but we are gonna jump and we are showing you some. Let me see, let me get everything. Select here. Alright, so we are gonna show the royal jewels, and then we are gonna tell you the cost of what the crown and the queen head cost. It's unbelievable, Bridget. Unbelievable. But just to say, you pay for that. You pay for that. You understand? All right, so I'll share the screen on YouTube. If you don't want to see what I show, you can just go over YouTube, I.S.U.P.K Jamaica. You know what I mean? While over there, remember to subscribe because we keep, you know what I mean? This is the foundation of the thing, is it? Yeah, man. All right. So I can make sure say I have it up. Now I'll show you what the royal treasures look like, Bridget. Yo, this is unbelievable. See? So I can make sure I have the right video. There's so much videos about it. See? Royal treasures. Look here. Those over here on TikTok, hopefully you can hear the audio when we play it. I'm not going to play a whole lot, you know. I'm more like one of them videos there when I will skip through. You understand? I will skip through it because it's long. You understand? But I'm going to read the article that tells you, you know what I mean, how much that crown on our head costs. It is unbelievable. And how much diamonds in them there. You see all of them diamonds there, you see the rappers them are wearing and all them things there. Knock off them there, brother. Them there, you know what I mean? Them there water down diamond, water down gold. This is real gold and real diamond, brother. You understand? And the cost is outrageous. You understand?
Old pearl and diamond flower with a distinctive loop of diamonds and a teardrop.
Sell online.
Yeah, man. 1 second.
And grow your business with Wix e-commerce. Create a beautiful storefront.
1 second. All the chariot where she drive round in. Even the chariot where she drive round in, you know. Laid with gold, you know. Real gold, you know. I'm going to show you something. You see, enough of them gold I come from our kingdom, from out of Jerusalem. We used to, you know, with temple and all of them things there. The real gold. You understand? All right, let me get this up on the screen quick and fast. You understand? Those on YouTube, remember to like the video. You understand? All right. So lucky, I'm going to just go through this. All right. It's lucky. All right, but just want to take a look. I'll make this go and play meanwhile I read because, all right, they want people over TikTok hear it. So now I'll just make the volume, I'll make the audio play for a while and then I jump to the article.
Appointed Private Secretary John Colville was dispatched across London to get this priceless pearls and somehow get them back to Buckingham Palace. But he couldn't get back once he'd actually persuaded them.
Devastating effect on the history of the royal jewels. This tiara, a gift from the girls of Great Britain, was one of her favourite wedding presents. Bought for £5,000, its estimated value today is £500,000. Light on the head, it's easy to wear. Inherited from her grandmother, the Queen uses it constantly on official occasions. Affectionately known as Granny's tiara, it has 9 large oriental pearls on diamond spikes, set on a bandeau base of 27 brilliant diamonds enclosed in a metal band.
Tiaras are a symbol of authority, a symbol of power. That's why when the Queen's wearing her crown, it makes a fact. I am the Queen, I am the head. And when a lady wears a hat, she must feel very important. Or a gentleman wears a top hat, for instance. It's a symbol of authority, of class, perhaps.
Look at them.
Queen Mary's obsession with the family jewels
Those are real, you know.
images of the monarchy in recent times. Early in her marriage, Princess Diana transformed
If you
some
want to see
royal
what me I show,
emeralds
you just
into
go
an
over
eye-catching
YouTube
headband.
and forward back if you need to. See, I.S.U.P.K Jamaica.
The emeralds belonged to Queen Mary, who left them to her granddaughter, the Queen. Known as the Cambridge Emeralds, their history is an intriguing one. Queen Mary's mother, the Duchess of Cambridge, and her husband Adolphus acquired them in Germany in a rather unusual way.
Old thief, them.
They
Yeah,
went
man.
to
All of
Frankfurt
them, all of
on a
them.
tour,
All of
and
them
there was a lottery
Yeah, man.
for a charity, and the Duchess of Cambridge decided that yes, she would buy some tickets, and actually won, and was presented with this brown box full of these emeralds.
The Duchess of Cambridge gave the globular green cabochon. A crown was specially made for the king. It contained a fabulous array of remarkably fine emeralds, sapphires, rubies, and over 6,000 diamonds sent from India.
6,000 diamonds.
The imperial crown was created specially for the Delhi Durbar. In 1911, George V was the first and only British monarch that actually was crowned Emperor of India in November 1911. And it was just the most amazing event of the day. And so therefore a new crown had to be made because the crowns of England may never leave the shore of this country by act of parliament. So therefore we have a new crown.
All right, what me I going to do now, I'm going to jump to an article where basically give you the estimation, you know what I mean, of what these crowns really cost. You understand? All right, I'm not going to read the entire article, I'm just going to read part of it. You understand? All right. All right. So this is Reader's Digest. And it said, how much are the British crown jewels worth? And it said, an almost priceless collection, the royal crown jewels are worth anywhere from 1.2 to 5.8 billion dollars. So okay, I'm wrong. Billion, yeah, that is dollar. Can't. It is dollar. See? Billion with a B, virgin. The crown there where you see, you know what I mean, on the head. For the queen, it costs 1.2 to 5.8 billion. So it's somewhere in the middle. Around about $3 billion, thereabout. See? That the general brought this out in his radio show. You know what I mean? Saturday or Sunday, I think, right? So, you know what I mean? And that is like the economy of some small states this woman wear upon her head. And there are many crowns. Whole heap of crown them have. Whole heap of crown them have. And whole heap of different jewels and necklaces and, you know what I mean, earrings and what them call it, the royal treasure. You understand? Billions and billions of dollars of jewelry that them wear just for, you know what I mean, just for pageantry. You understand? You work hard for that. That is your work. You help them accomplish that. You understand? Your hard work help to make them an empire so that them can wear billions of dollars upon them head. You understand? Billions of dollars upon them head, you know. But guess what go on? Jamaica poor. Well, many might say Jamaica no poor, you know, or just the people poor. Then if Jamaica no poor, how are the people poor? It means that the wealth is not going to the people. You understand? And that's why the term Commonwealth is such a, you know what I mean, is such a disrespect to the people here in Jamaica because we share none of the wealth. The Queen wear billions of dollars on our head of that crown. And we have a US dollar. You know what I mean? That could have, you know what I mean, that could have paid off all of Jamaica's debt. You understand? And watch this. Watch this, man. You see this begging for reparation? By now, our people should understand that. That will not be forthcoming. You understand? By now, you should know that this oppressor who rule over you and your government will not give you reparation. Because reparation would be admitting that they did something wrong.
You understand? And they don't see anything wrong with ruling and being rich. And now them have to pay the slaves them. If something with them do wrong, what is next? Insurrection and overthrow. They will not acknowledge that they did anything wrong. What they will do will continue to rule over you while remaining rich and you remaining poor. If it was up to them, if it wasn't for the grace of the Most High, you wouldn't even be here. You would have been an, you know what I mean, an endangered species or extinct. You understand? You would have been extinct. You know what I mean? It is just clear, it is outright madness to think that these people will give you reparation. They will not. And the begging, like the Bible says, live not a beggar's life. It is better to die than to beg. And that is all your political and religious leaders do here in Jamaica. You know what I mean? And this is why we go so hard for Muta Baruch and enough of them Rastafari leaders there. Instead of giving the real reparation, which is identity, you understand, which will mean so rule this earth and get everything where them have, everything where the British Royal them have and this wicked kingdom have. They would rather beg for some billions of dollars. You know what I mean? To compensate for the slavery and torture of our foreparents. That cannot compensate. How can, you know what I mean? The last time I heard Mike Henry must have did one, you know what I mean, $6 billion. How does that compensate? And Mike Henry is a devil, he's a white man, And that goes to show you how, you know what I mean, insensitive they are to our plight as black people. You understand? This devil whose foreparents had an hand in our slavery. Zane wants $6 billion for it. So after enslaving you, you know what I mean, he wants to get paid for it. Because rest assured, that $6 billion, if it is ever forthcoming, will not reach the poor. It will just go through the hands of our political and religious leaders, and you will never see one dime of it. Not one dime of it. And you will remain poor, wondering where the reparation money go. And then Britain will say, well, we don't owe you nothing more. We pay you. You understand? But guess what? They will not pay. Not even that they will do. Not even an apology was forthcoming. You ask for an apology, and them not even could have given that, which means they are not sorry. You know what I mean? Bridget, we have less patience for our people than we have for these oppressors. See? If it was one of our brothers going around circles and going around us who owe some money, we would have probably go upside him head already. We have no patience for each other, but we have patience for these devils, our oppressors. You know what I mean? If our brother was going around us like this, we would have come to the conclusion long time that, yo, you know, a fool him take me for. A fool him take me for, nah, give me no money, no matter. A fool. And you know what we would have do as a people? Because we hate each other, we would have moved to him and kill our brother. Zin? But because, you know what I mean, we think Jesus look like them, we still have hope. There's no hope. You will not get any reparation. That will never happen. If an apology has not happened, reparation will not happen. You know what you have to do? You have to find out who you were before these people capture you and put you in a slavery. That's the first thing you need to do. And that is in the Bible. And when you understand that you are the children of Israel, you understand that you are the real royalty, not them. You understand? We're going to jump to some scriptures, and show you what I go on. But we want to show you one more thing, Virgin. One more something. Of course, you know what I mean? Well, I guess we can share the screen on YouTube. It's not a video. See? It's not a video. It's more a picture. And this is talking about, you know what I mean, the stone of destiny. And you might ask yourself, what is the stone of destiny? I will tell you what is the stone of destiny. And this I will show you, say these people know who they rule over. You understand? When we come out so hard, and you know what I mean, so forcefully with what we say, it's not, you know what I mean, it's not because we are just angry. It is because we are convicted with what we are saying. We know what we are saying. You understand? We know what we are saying. You understand? All right. So we will show you something named the Stone of Destiny. See? I'll share the screen. Of course, if you see this, you have to go over to YouTube, you know what I mean, or on Facebook, you know what I mean, but I will read something as well. So for those who want to stay over TikTok, you know what I mean, I will read the article so they can hear what I go on, you see? All right, so this is the Stone of Destiny. Then, and you might ask yourself, what is the Stone of Destiny? All right, so you have a thing named the British Coronation Throne, then, or the British chair, where them have this stone under, a certain stone. You understand? We'll read about that stone. So this is Stone of Destiny to return to London for King Charles' coronation. So King Charles will, you know what I mean, this stone will be, you know what I mean, present for this now tyrant King Charles, you know what I mean, coronation. And it is important for them. Why is this stone? It's just a dumb rock, right? Not a dumb rock. Or it's a rock, you know. It's just a rock. But this rock have some significance. The general brought it out Sunday, I think, Sunday or Saturday. See? All right. The Stone of Destiny, the symbol of Scotland monarchy, will return to Westminster Abbey in London for King Charles' coronation. See? The Stone of Destiny, a pink-colored sacred stone and the symbol of Scotland monarch, will return to Westminster Abbey in London for King Charles' coronation. See? The 1926 England's King Edward I removed the stone from Scotland King Edward the first, and it built into the new throne. So the stone built into the coronation throne. See? A coronation chair at Westminster Abbey in London. All right. All right, let me find where it says. It tell you what the stone is. See? 1 second. One second. One second. All right, I want to find the part where it tell you what the stone is. Give me a second. 1 second. All right. Can state that it is the same stone which Jacob used to blah blah blah. All right, let me share this over here. So yeah, I had several articles, so you know what I mean. I got one of the articles mixed up. All right, so that basically tell you what the throne does. See? All right, so I will show you what is the history behind the stone now. Slovakia, which one again? This one. Right. All right, so it's a one legend, you understand? Date back to biblical time and state that it is the same stone which Jacob used as a pillar at Bethel. Later, according to Jewish legend, it became the pedestal of the Ark of the Testament. The stone was brought from Syria to Egypt by the king Gathelus. All right, so, you know what I mean? This stone was taken out of our homeland. You know what I mean? Them call it the stone of Jacob. Who is Jacob? Jacob is the father of the 12th tribe of Israel. You understand? Jacob's name was changed to Israel. And this stone, see, is put under the coronation chair. In other words, them sit on this throne or on this stone upon their throne. And this is crucial to them in them coronation. You understand? And you might ask yourself, why is this even important? Well, to them, it is very important to signify that they rule on top of the children of Israel. You understand? That seat that they sit on is confirmation that we rule the children of Israel. We have the Jacob stone, or the stone of destiny. Of course, there's nothing magical about the stone, you know. You understand? It is just a historical, you know what I mean, landmarker. You know what I mean? That Jacob set up, our forefather set up. See? And they saw it very, very important that they should have this stone. You know what I mean? Stole this stone. You know what I mean? Like they stole everything else, including our Bible, or what we call the Bible, which is the Hebrew records. So they stole this and built it within a chair, build a chair around it, and sit on the stone to indicate that we rule the children of Israel. And how did they rule the children of Israel? They have the children of Israel over here in slavery. You understand? We are the children of Israel. And that stone that they sit on the coronation throne, I hope you can see it. This is it. This is the throne. Let me see if I can get this image. Select here. Now open that image in a different tab. Now zoom in. See? So you can see how them build it inside, or build the chair round the stone. You know what I mean? And them do some things, you know. And you might ask yourself, why they do these things? For example, why them have 13 arrow and 13 fig leaves and 13 star and the US money? This represents the 12th tribe of Israel and the tribe of and the Levites. You know what I mean? The eagle of the arrow and the fig leaf, you understand? Grasp in his grips. The eagle represents the oppressor, like we bring out more while. See? Shows you that they have the 12th tribe of Israel in slavery. The pyramid upon the dollar bill. How is that significant? Well, our people becoming conspiracy theories like the oppressor now want to say Illuminati this, Illuminati that. The pyramid signify Egypt. The pyramid is just to show you that this is modern day Egypt. You understand? And we have the children of Israel in Egypt today. This is the replay of Egypt again. You understand? All right, so let me scroll over, not scroll over. Let me show those on YouTube how the chair look. But then build right around the stone, which is supposed to be the stone of Jacob. And they would know because they have access to all the history. It is we who got cut off and don't know nothing, thinking that we are Africans. Calling ourselves Africans over here. Because we really don't know who we are when it's the Africans that sold us to them. See? So this is the chair, and right under the chair, you know what I mean? You have the stone of Jacob, or the stone of destiny. See? Jacob being the father of the 12th tribe of Israel. And for any British monarch coronation, they go and sit on this stone to indicate what? That we sit on top of the children of Israel, the children of Jacob. You understand? It is right in front of our eyes, you know. But your Christian church that was given to you by the same Britain. Now I'm going to tell you them things. Now I'm going to bring out them something. I'll tell you if you just pay your tithes. You know what I mean? Teach you to break the Most High law, and that is important. Why the Christian church teach you to break the Most High laws? Because the God, your God, in the Bible, told you to keep his laws. That was a part of your covenant. So the Christian church teach you not to keep the laws. The laws are done away with because your oppressor tell them what to say. And by telling you that you can break the Most High laws, ensures your slavery. Because when you break the Most High law, guess what? The Most High turning back on us. But when we keep the Most High laws, guess what go on? the Most High start bless us as a people again. Him start fight to battle again. We become his chosen people again. You understand? That is why I implore you. That is why the I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general, YAHANNA, implore you to come out of the Christian church. Your life depend on it. Your freedom depend on coming out of the Christian church. You understand? So this is the chair, the coronation chair, and it has the stone of Jacob built in a little chamber right under the seat, so that whichever monarch sit on that throne will be sitting on the stone. You know what I mean? To indicate that them sit on top of the children of Israel. You understand? Yeah, man. All right. We're going to jump to something different now. Zin? I'll jump to something different. All right. I'll get into some scripture shortly. I'll read one more thing. You know what I mean? The whole heap of scripture we have to read. Whole heap of scripture. The class you have a longer than usual. See? All right. All right, let's have a read this and then we jump to some scriptures. Remember, to like the live, you know what I mean, share it around, follow this page, you know what I mean, follow this TikTok page. Also on Facebook and YouTube, like the video, you know what I mean, subscribe and follow, leave your questions and your comments, and also share. All right. All right, we'll read this. See? And this is webarchive.nationarchives.gov UK. See? And it said, as soon as Europe began to settle in America in the early 16th century, they imported enslaved Africans to work for them. You understand? And of course, in their history, they will say enslaved Africans, right? But we know that it was the Israelites. You understand? Let me continue reading. As Europe's settlement grew, so did the demand for enslaved people. Over the next 300 years, more than 11 million enslaved people were transported across the Atlantic from Africa to America and the West Indies. You understand? And Britain led this trade from the mid-17th century onward. Ports such as Bristol, Liverpool, and Glasgow sent out many slave ships each year, bringing great prosperity to their owners. And we have to emphasize that great prosperity to their owners, because we made them rich. Many other cities also grew rich on the profits of industries which depended on slave producing materials such as cotton, sugarcane, and tobacco. Here in Jamaica, we were the sugarcane cutters. Zin? We were the sugarcane cutters. You understand? They were our rulers here in Jamaica. We cut sugarcane. You know what I mean? Our brothers over there in the United States, you know what I mean? They picked the cotton. You know what I mean? They created the industry that Britain could become rich and that Britain could sail to other nations and conquer out of our hard labor. You know what I mean? That they could go and get diamond and pearls and crystals and all sorts of things to put in their crowns. You understand? And become so lavish. You understand? We here in Jamaica, we talk about lavish lifestyle, but we don't know about lavish lifestyle. The royal family over there in Britain, them know lavish lifestyle. You understand? We are just children of poor descendants of slaves. You understand? We are struggling in our poor, terrible condition today. You know what I mean? Trying to do everything to come outside of the poverty that we grew up in. You understand? Even committing crime and murder against each other. You understand? Because of our political leaders and their mismanagement and downright tyranny. You understand? Being puppets of the same royals over there in Britain. You understand? We don't know nothing about lavish. But when our Mashiach forward, when our king, the Black Christ forward, see, we are going to know lavish because these same heathens, you understand, they are going to build our kingdom. The same way we build their kingdom, they are going to build ours. You understand? And that is what you call justice. The same way they had us in slavery, that's the same way we are going to have them in chains, in slavery. And that is going to be righteous. You understand? You don't learn that in your Christian church, you know. Your Christian church tell you that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Well, we should love our enemies, not telling you that the enemies it's talking about is your own people who you have a disagreement with. You understand? You have been loving Britain for how much years now? Where is the reciprocal love? We don't get back no love from Britain. You know what I mean? By now, we should know that this love, you know what I mean, this loving of our oppressor is going nowhere. We're going to jump to a scripture. This is the book of Jeremiah 2:14. And it said, is Israel a servant? And it's asking a question. Is the black people the descendants of the slaves over here in Jamaica? Are they servants? Why are they cutting sugar cane? You understand? Why are they working, you know what I mean, tirelessly every day here in Jamaica? You know what I mean? To only come home to poverty. You understand? Why are their children becoming criminals? You understand? Because them don't have anything to inherit. Because these other nations that are amongst us here in Jamaica gather up all the resource and the wealth because of our terrible government and their, you know what I mean, and their subjection to our oppressors. Are we slaves? Are we servants? It asks. Let me continue reading. Is he a homeborn slave? And that's another question. Are the people here in Jamaica homeborn slaves? You understand? The answer is no. Then why did Britain bring us over here in chains then as slaves? That is because we broke the Most High laws. You understand? We broke the Most High covenant. So guess what go on? We end up in chains. Zane, why is he spoiled? When it says spoiled, spoil means robbed. Why are we robbed? Why are we here in the garrison poor? Why are we poor here in Jamaica, in Trinidad, in North America, even in the richest country on the face of the earth now, North America, the United States? Our people are poor. Why are we spoiled? Weren't we the ones who built up this terrible empire and make it so rich? Why are we poor? It's a question the Bible asks, so you can look into your mind and think and say, yeah, why are we poor? Why every day in Jamaica, every year, our politicians say, oh, better must come. Why better have to come for we? Better not come yet. How long we have said better must come? Or, you know what I mean? The last campaign was prosperity. So, oh, we don't have prosperity yet. Why are we spoiled? Is the question. It is because we broke our laws, statutes, and commandments given to us by the Most High, and we each up in the Christian church that teach us that we can break it. That is why we are spoiled. So we work tirelessly to no avail, making Britain rich, making our oppressors rich, patronizing the Chinese, you know what I mean, the Arabs, the Syrians, patronizing them here in Jamaica, making them rich so that they can give back to their children, while our children grow up in poverty. And I forgot on part program, slack ya. And I forgot on part program in school. You see no Chinese picnic on part program? You see no Arab picnic on part program? It is only your children that they on part program. Why are you spoiled? Because you give up your position on the face of the earth by turning away from the one and true power, the power that created this earth, had a covenant with your foreparents. You turn your back on him, so him turn him back on you. God is not a genie. God is not a genie. You do what him say or him turn him back on you. And this is him turning his back on us. This is the slavery. This is the poverty that we live in. But if we turn back to the Most High, guess what? you will see these kingdom falling. You will see Britain falling. You understand? And the I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general, YAHANNA, we have turned back to the Most High. You understand? And now you see the Most High showing his hand, stretching his hand out again to you. Can you imagine if all I want to come back to the Most High? The Most High send the coronavirus, send the monkeypox, and have World War III, pan, you know what I mean? Pan cock, well selected, ready for fire off. When a few turn back to him, imagine if all of us turn back to the Most High. Our oppressor kingdom are going to fall, brother. You understand? The scripture tell you, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. You are Jacob. Esau is the white man. He is the end of this world. When his world end, yourn begin. Your Christian pastor not tell you that. Your Christian pastor have you singing and dancing inside of that Christian church and taking your money. The tithes that belong to commanding general YAHANNA. Your Christian pastor steals and teach you to remain in oppression. Teach you to become a worse sinner than you ever was. Because now you justify eating pork. Now you justify being a homosexual. Now you justify sleeping with your brother's wife because Jesus loves you and know your heart. When the only way you please the Most High is by keeping his laws. That is the only solution to your problem. You understand? So let me read that again. Jeremiah 2:14, it says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Why are you robbed? Why are you in slavery? You're still in a slavery and you don't even know it. Britain is so rich that your slavery look like freedom. You understand? Your slavery look like independence because Britain is so rich. You have made Britain so rich that your slavery is a 9 to 5. You understand? But it is still slavery. True freedom would have their foot off of your neck. Try that. Try getting their foot off of your neck and see what go on. No, you don't know that you're in slavery. Make Jamaica decide, say, look, we are break away from the IMF. We now go import no more products from overseas. We are going to produce our way out of this problem. No, you don't know that you're in slavery. No, you don't know that you have an owner. No, you don't know, say you belong to somebody. You understand? Yeah, man, make your government decide, say, look, me have better the lives of the poor people here in Jamaica. You would hear say, yo, the Prime Minister was caught molesting some, you know what I mean, some little child or, you know what I mean, you'd probably see the British military on our, you know what I mean, our shores. And guess what? Even the military that we have here in Jamaica is proof that, you know what I mean, we don't even belong to ourselves. Of course, we know that the real person we belong to is the Most High, you know. We know that, you know. But in this captivity, we belong to our slave masters, but nobody just now tell we. In this captivity, in this slavery, the Governor General is the head of state and the military belong to him. And the Governor General answer to the crown. If Britain decides, say, look, yo, we want these people in Jamaica in slavery, it is your very military that will carry out that order and your police force. You understand? Because they don't belong to you. They don't serve and protect you. You understand? We jump to another scripture. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 10:7, and it said, I have seen servants upon horses. You understand? This is painting a picture. This is letting you know that a servant and a horse is not a common thing. Servants are not meant to be on horses. Let me continue reading. And princes walking as servants upon the earth. Who are these princes? Yashar Allah, which means prince of the power, Israel. You walking on the earth. Like what? As servants. So servants are on horses during the British ceremony, the Queen's funeral. You see a lot of horses, the royal, you know what I mean? The royal pageantry. You understand? This show you who is on the horses. That is a position of power. The person on the horse is the position of power. And don't say, boy, well, we see our government have, you know what I mean, ceremonies here in Jamaica where they ride on horses and police on horses. That is not your police force. That is Britain's police force. They are the ones on horses. You upon the ground and walk. You understand? But it is telling you that Britain, the oppressor that rule over you, you know, they are the real servants, but they are on horses. And you are the princes that are on the ground walking. You understand? The most I make you know say, yo, him see servants and horses and princes on the ground. That is something that is out of place, that is not right. And that is the life that you live. That is our reality. We are the princes that are walking on the ground. And Britain, the Queen and our children, our oppressors, they are on horses. They are ruling over us. And we are their servants and their slaves. That is out of place. That is not how it's supposed to be. You understand? Let me jump to the book of Isaiah. Zine 49, 22 to 26. Verse 22. Thus saith the Lord God, or the Most High Power. Behold, I will lift up mine hand to the Gentiles, and set up my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. This is talking about when YAHANNA Mashiach forward. You understand? Christian pastor love talk about when Jesus come. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Death shall be swallowed up, and the grave and Ray, Christ is coming to bring destruction, and the destruction that he's coming to bring, these Edens will bring your sons and daughters in their arms. Christ is coming to shed blood on your behalf, taking revenge for you. You understand? Let me continue reading. And they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. They will bring the children of Israel, you know what I mean, children on their shoulders as if they are no servants. You understand? They will bring your children because guess what? They want to live. So they are going to do this good gesture to save their own life. Find your children wherever they are and bring them come. You understand? Because they want to live. You understand? That is the future. Let me continue reading. Verse 23, and kings shall be thy nursing fathers. King Charles will be your nursing father, the same way our kings were their nursing fathers during slavery. You understand? Let me continue reading. And their queens thy nursing mothers. This is in the Bible, you know. A Bible me I read, you know. Where your Christian pastor did I read? Let me continue reading. See? They shall bow down to thee with their face towards the earth and lick up the dust of thy feet. So their kings will lick up the dust off of your feet with them face bowed down to the ground. That is what we look forward to. Them being our slaves. You understand? Not no kumbaya get together. Then who will pay for our slavery? So I just saw it go. We do 400 years of slavery. You know what I mean? And oppression over here. And if it just end with kumbaya, nothing can go so, brother. We want justice, brother. And this is justice. You understand? This is justice. Let me continue reading. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. You understand? So if you keep the Most High law, statutes, and commandment and wait for the Most High patiently, you will not be ashamed. You understand? You will not be ashamed. Because when the Bible talk about salvation, you have to understand the Christian church have painted such a bad image on the Bible that you think salvation is going in the church and dipping yourself in water. Salvation come from the word to salvage, which come from the word save. We need saving. We are in slavery. We are kidnapped. The Bible is not talking about no figurative save. It's talking about literally saving somebody, salvation. We need saving. Look at us in poverty, killing each other. We need saving. Literal saving, not, you know what I mean, Holy Ghost saving inside of the Christian church. Not that. That is madness that has not saved our people. We need literal saving. Our oppressors have nuclear weapons, brethren. We don't have the might to fight them. You understand? We need saving. So guess what? A greater power than our oppressors who have nuclear power is going to save us. You have started seeing signs of that already. Now we have CNN coming out telling you that, you know what I mean, we are seeing UFOs and the US government is declassifying UFOs and rare. The Most High is showing his hand. You understand? We have always told you that these so-called UFOs are the chariots of the angels. And now CNN is telling you that there's one. We have been seeing them. The government, the US government, on the news come out and I'm going to know, say, yo, yeah, we are declassified. It happened too much. Because guess what? It's really everyday occurrence. You know what I mean? You might go outside and see something strange in the sky. So them can't hide it anymore. Everybody have smartphone. But from 1969, the I.S.U.P.K has been telling you that these are the angels. These are the chariots of the angels, not aliens. You understand? These are the weapons that will come and destroy this filthy place that the children of Israel have been enslaved in. This is the reason why your oppressors create movies of alien invasion with flying saucers and spacecraft entering the earth, and they have to come together and war against these external forces. That is in the Bible. What have your Christian church been telling you about? Your Christian church make you think that the Bible is a fairy tale, that it have nothing to do and you cannot relate to it nowadays when it speak about everything, but it's predominantly about you. The Bible is your foreparents wrote it. You understand? And all those alien invasion that your oppressor show you on TV, it is his judgment. It is the end of his kingdom. And him know, because him know the Bible. It is your Christian church who have taught you the Bible the wrong way because your oppressor don't want you know the Bible. See? Let me continue reading. Verse 24, shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? Let me continue reading. 25, but thus saith the Lord, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away. So you will be taken out of the hand of your captors. They are strong, they are mighty. And the Bible asks a question. Can the prey be taken from the mighty? So if a lion have a gazelle in a mouth, can you take that gazelle out of the lion mouth? Well, the Most High make you know, say, look, the captive will be taken out of their mouth. You understand? You here in Jamaica, you will be taken from under the rulership of Great Britain, even though they are mighty, because you belong to the Most High and not Great Britain. And the Most High want you back as a people. So guess what? For them kingdom have to fall, for your kingdom rise. That's just how it go. Our kingdom had to fall for them kingdom rise, though. So for them kingdom have to fall for our kingdom rise. I just saw it go. You understand? Yeah, man. That's why we implore you again, come from out of the Christian church. Leave, run like you run for save your life. You understand? Let me continue reading. Verse 26, Slakia. For I will contend with him that contend with thee, and I will save thy children. Right now, you can't save your own children there. You don't know what is going to become of your children. You understand? With all the crime and the violence that you see. You know what I mean? The economy. Well, them say the economy is doing good, but every time the economy does well, we do worse. You understand? So it seems like we are tied to the economy in a negative way. You understand? So you don't even know about the future of your children. Every day something raised. Jamaica. You understand? So what will become of your children? You can't save your children, but the Most High will. Man, save your children, man. Even though you don't love your children, even though you patronize the Chinese to make their children future safe, the Most High will ensure that your children future safe. Because him love your children. You don't love your children, but the Most High love your children because they are his children. They are the children of Israel, his chosen people. So hate them all you want because you love Christianity and love that white Jesus. The Most High love them. You might look down upon them like dirty nigger. The Most High not see them as dirty nigger. You understand? The Most High see them as his people. Then count 6. And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh. This is Bible. I don't want to ramp with the Bible, but this Bible is a fairy tale and, you know what I mean, a white man book. It say your oppressor, I go eat him own a flesh when him done with them. This is a serious book. This is not a book to skip and dance and sing inside of the Christian church about. And chantalama, hallelujah, and one bag of foolishness. This is not what this book is about. The Christian church has misrepresented this book so bad that the Rastafari community, a bunch of weed heads, can now say, a white man book that and yo, that book then have nothing to do with black people. Even though them thief something out of it same way, being hypocrites. It is the Christian church who make that book seem like it's a fool book. But the book is talking about your freedom. You understand? Let me continue reading. Then, and I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh. Who is oppressing the children of Israel now? The British monarchs, the oppressor, England. You understand? Let me continue reading. And they shall be drunken with their own blood. And World War III will show you that because World War III will be oppressor fighting oppressor. Russia against England, Spain, and America. This is not your war. Commanding General YAHANNA has told you this is not your war. World War III is not the war for the black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man. Stay out of this war. Watch them kill each other. The same way you kill each other inside of your garrisons and your ghetto. You are going to see that on a larger scale with the oppressor. They will kill each other with nuclear bombs. And it is righteous. You understand? Let me continue reading. See? As with sweet wine, so they will drink. They will be drunken with their own blood, like sweet wine. And all flesh shall know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior. The Christian church look like, you know what I mean, stupidity. This is what the Most High is talking about when he said he will save you. Being saved means literally being saved. Who needs saving? The people who were brought over here in slavery. They need saving. The Bible is talking about literally saving a people, not going inside of the Christian church and being saved. It's talking about your oppressor being destroyed and you coming out of slavery. That is what the Bible is talking about. You understand? Let me continue reading. And all flesh shall know that I, the Lord, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Israel. Slakia, let me say the right word. Jacob, which is Israel. See? So, the Most High make you know, say, he is only catering to the children of Israel. This is judgment day I talk about, you know. It is Judgment Day, where the Christian church love talk about Judgment Day. Them stop talk about Judgment Day nowadays. Them only talk about your tithes money nowadays. You know? Yeah, them nobody want Judgment Day come, because guess what? You see, when Judgment Day come, them the first in line. When your I.S.U.P.K come, man, the Christian church are going to be first in line. Them and the oppressor to feel the wrath of your I.S.U.P.K. The same Jesus that them think them talk about, I come to destroy them. You understand? Yeah, man. Them don't know Jesus, man. Them know Sesha Bozier, that white Jesus in that church, but the Jesus in the Bible, your I.S.U.P.K. Them don't know that black man, them, man. It's a man of war, that man. You understand? All right. Let me jump to another scripture. This is the book of Exodus 21 and verse 16. And it said, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Who stole us and who sold us, our oppressor, they shall be put to death. You understand? And that is justice. You understand? Yeah, man, that is what you call justice, and God is a God of justice. The Most High would not just sit back and watch your slavery and your oppression over here and do nothing about it. You understand? The Most High is a God of justice. So guess what? He that stoleth you and selleth you, which means, you know what I mean? To sell it means sell, to sell you. You see? They shall be put to death. You understand? And mark that queen's death. Mark it. It is an end of an era. You know what I mean? That is symbolic. You hear that? Yeah, man. That death, she reigned for 70 years. Yo, there's so much things significant about that. But, you know, we're not getting at that. See? We're not getting at that. Yeah, we're not, you know what I mean? Yeah. Facts we deal with. But there's so much things, you know what I mean? We call it symbolic about her 70-year reign. And she now dying. You understand? Yeah, man. That shows you that the end is near for the oppressor. She reigned for 70 years being the queen of white people. Done it, done you know. You understand? White people kingdom are falling. How them say? London Bridge is falling down. What is? A lot of people go through slavery and them rise about that. I want my heaven and earth. Damn right. Heaven have to be on earth. And guess what? Heaven is on earth. Heaven is on earth. It's just that now the oppressor is in his heaven and you are in hell. But our heaven is coming. Yeah, man. Our heaven are forward, man. You understand? Our heaven is coming. See? We will jump to the book of Isaiah. We will do some reading, you know. The class is going to be one of the longest class we ever do. See? Because there's so much significance to this. You know what I mean? Remember for like the live, share it around. You know what I mean? Know the thing go. And YouTube, like, subscribe, leave your comments, share on our social media platforms as well. All right, so we'll jump to Isaiah 14. You know what I mean? Bible we are reading. You know? Bible we are reading. Man. And it said, Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. Who is Jacob? Jacob's name was changed to Israel. He is the father of the 12 tribes of Israel, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. So the Most High will have mercy on the 12 tribes of Israel, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. And will yet choose Israel. This is talking about Judgment Day, you know. Judgment Day, this is talking, you know. And the Bible has said the Most High will choose Israel. The Christian pastor make you feel like, say, boy, yo, the Most High come for, Christ has come to save everybody. Is Israel. This book is talking about Israel. The children of Israel. You, black people who were brought over here in Israel, in slavery, Salakia. You, it's talking about, not everybody. You are the ones who need saving. And set them in their own land. Who is not in their own land right now? You here in Jamaica, calling yourself Jamaicans, you are not in your own land. Our black brothers over there in the United States, our African American, our so-called African American brothers, which are not Africans, but the tribe of Judah, they are not in their own land. All the people who were brought over here in chains are not in their own land. And our Hispanic and Taino, native Indian brothers, they are not in their own land neither, because over here was not their homeland neither. We bring out how they came over here in other classes, which we have to bring out again. You understand? Zin? And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And your Christian pastor read that and say, see, everybody will come together in kumbaya, hugging and kissing each other. No such thing. Let me continue reading. All your Christian pastors to do is continue read the Bible. You know. He just take one line of scripture and feed it back to you and brainwash you. When all he has to do is continue reading. You understand? Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. So the strangers, which are the other nations who are not the Israelites, shall cleave to the house of Jacob, which are the Israelites. See? And it said, and the people shall take them, meaning the Israelites shall take these strangers or these other nations. See? And bring them to their place. You understand? Their rightful place. You understand? And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. So the house of Jacob, the Israelites, shall have them, these strangers, as servants and handmaids. Isn't that justice? Weren't we servants and handmaids? Didn't we serve slavery? Well, justice would be for them to serve slavery, not reparation, not $6 billion for our death and destruction and rape that we suffered over here. You understand? Let me continue reading. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Whose captives were we? Great Britain, Spain, Portugal. These are all the nations of the oppressors that had us in chains. Not to mention the Africans. Don't left them out. They had us in slavery first. Then you have the Arabs. These have a part to play in our slave trade. They all knew who we were. Once upon a time, we knew who we were as well. But slavery put an end to that. But they did not get cut off in slavery. Them still know who we are. You understand? But we will take them captives whose captives we were. They will be our captives. That is justice. That is righteousness. You understand? Yeah, man. Let me continue reading. And they shall rule over their oppressors. Why aren't your Christian pastor reading this inside of the church? That we will have slaves. That the people that had us in slavery will be our slaves. Why your Christian pastor is only talking about kumbaya and love Jesus and one bag of foolishness inside of the church? When the Bible make you know say, your white oppressors are going to be a slave. It is because the Christian church was given to you by who? The white oppressors. That's why we implore you to come out of the Christian church. Let me continue reading. See? Verse 3. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow. We over here in, in captivity, we are in sorrow. In every garrison, if you want to find sorrow, just look in every garrison and you find sorrow. Be a sorrow from slavery to now. Lone sorrow. You understand? But the Most High will give you rest. This sufferation wasn't for nothing, We pay the debt. We break the Most High laws. Him put us in chains. With the hand of the oppressor. And now he might come take revenge on our behalf and give us rest when we come back to him as a people. You understand? Let me continue reading. See? So you're going to get rest from your sorrows and from thy fear, because we live in fear here in Jamaica, in the garrison. You understand? Our people live in fear. Fear of death, fear of poverty, fear of being homeless, fear of not knowing what we are going to eat tomorrow, Fear of how to find the school fee and the lunch money for the children. So much fear. Fear of death through diseases. Because the Christian pastor teacher that you can't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. So you have some, you know what I mean, some disease that you're suffering from. Fear surrounds with depression. That's why our people hook on weed, and with the help of the Rastafari community, condones the smoking of weed, making it a culture here in Jamaica. Fear, lone fear. You understand? Let me continue reading. And from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, we serve hard bondage under this oppressor. During slavery, and even to this day, how hard you have to work to survive every day. How hard do you have to work every day to survive? If you even have a 9 to 5, you have to bust your shot just to pay your bills and put food on your children's table. That is hard bondage, brother. Meanwhile, Prince Charles say, yo, he want him shoelace iron. Him shoes lace. Him can get him shoes lace iron. But you have to work, you know what I mean, a hard 9 to 5 just to survive. And you don't know if you're going to keep your job. You don't know if next week you're going to have a job. You understand? Let me continue reading. Zane. Verse 4. Thou shalt take up the proverb against the king of Babylon. Who is Babylon? This wicked kingdom that rule over us, America being that. They are Babylon. You understand? Let me continue reading. Zin, and say, oh, as the oppressor sees, because nobody no think America can fall, you know. And call them world police. You know what I mean? If you reason with the regular weed head here in Jamaica, Zin, he will tell you that, no man, America can't fall, man. America can't fall. Yo, them are world police, man. Yo, America have the baddest weapon and rare. But this is the proverb that we are going to take up when them do fall. Let me continue reading. Oh, as the oppressor sees, the golden city sees. America is the golden city. Britain is that golden city. You understand? We show you how much gold and diamonds Britain, the royal family, have because of our hard work. How will they seize? Let me continue reading. Verse 5. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked. You understand? And your Christian pastor read this because it sounds good. And him say, you know what I mean? Him refer this to the people them when him claim a true blow upon you. We are over you. The Most High shall break the staff. God, Jesus shall break the staff of the wicked. To make your tongue against your true neighbor. Telling you that your neighbor are over you. When nothing no go so. Nothing no go so. The reason why your foot are up now is because you eat pork and shrimps and lobster. Your neighbor never throw nothing over your yard. A lie your pastor tell. And then him read them scripture here, which is more militant than him madness. When I preach in our church. And water it down to, you know what I mean, to gossip. Water down the truth of the Most High. The word of God down to gossip. Let me continue reading. Zane, and the scepter of the rulers. Right. So the Most High is going to break the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Queen Elizabeth hold that scepter in her hand, which indicates her rulership. And it had a diamond almost big like that phone. The biggest diamond in the world. That diamond costs billions. You understand? The Most High will break that scepter. And it's symbolic to breaking the rulership. You understand? Yeah, man. Let me continue reading. See, verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, or continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hinder it. So who smote the people with wrath? Britain. Britain smote us when we refused to work on their sugar plantation. Them smote us. They killed us. When our brothers in the United States refused to pick cotton, they kill us. They smote us. You understand? You understand? He that rule the nations, them rule over us and them rule over other nations. You understand? Let me continue reading. In anger, they were a terrible tyrant over us. Zin is persecuted, so now they will be persecuted. They will have to pay and answer for their crimes. You understand? Let me continue reading. And none hinder it. So none are able to stop the Most High from persecuting them. Nobody can stop it. It is inevitable. You understand? It is inevitable. You understand? Let me continue reading. Verse 7. The whole earth is at rest. Why is the earth at rest? Because this same oppressor destroyed the ozone layer. You know what I mean? Pollute the ocean. You know what I mean? Cause global warming. You understand? Oppress every nation upon the face of the earth. You understand? Now the earth will be at rest when this oppressor is put in chains. The earth will be at rest when this virus called the oppressor, the white man, is put in chains. You understand? Yeah, man. Let me continue reading. See? And the cedar of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Feller is somebody will cut down tree. You understand? So the cedar of Lebanon, this is a metaphor. The Bible is a book of metaphors sometimes, to parables. So the cedar tree of Lebanon will say, ever since them oppressor get put in a slavery, no feller or no axeman no come chop down the tree boy again. Which we know the oppressor is infamous for cutting down the Pharisees. You understand? Of course, this is figurative. But, you know what I mean? The oppressor is infamous for cutting down the trees. You understand? Who cut down the trees? The white man. Well, guess what? When he's put in chains, the earth will rest. You understand? Let me continue reading. Yea, verse 8. Yea, the fir tree rejoice at thee, and the cedar of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Verse 9. El from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. The Christian church says, yes, the place called hell where you burn forever and ever will move. Them to understand it. Hell from beneath is talking about the hell and destruction that they cause, that is under their foot, that we live in. It will move to meet them at their coming. They will learn what hell is and sufferation. They will learn how it means, you know what I mean, what it feels like to grow up in the garrison, in squalor, in poverty. Hell from beneath will meet them at their coming. Let me continue reading. Zin. It stirreth up the dead for thee. So even for the dead that they killed, the amount of millions of people that they killed, justice will be served. Let me continue reading. Even all the chief ones of the earth, talking about the children of Israel, we are the chief ones of the earth. Our debt, you understand? They will have to answer for. You understand? Let me continue reading. It has raised up from their throne all the kings of the nations. You understand? Talking about now, you know what I mean? All the other nations that will come up against them own allies, some of them. Let me continue reading. Verse 10, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? So they will look at America, the oppressor, the white man, and said, art thou become as weak as we? Because right now America is strong. Well, they are getting weaker. Britain is strong and getting weaker. But they will reach a point now where, you know what I mean, other nations will say, art thou become as weak as we? You understand? Let me continue read. This is in the Bible, you know, Virgin. Bible me I read, you know. When have you been in Sunday school and your Christian pastor pull out these scriptures? Your Christian pastor glide over these scriptures because he don't either understand it or refuse to tell you the truth. Because he only spoon feed you what the oppressor tell him to tell you. And then you have some weed head nuts. You understand? Want to tell you that the Bible, a man write the Bible, then a who write it? Dog could write the Bible, brother. Dog could write the Bible. Puss could write the Bible. And most a man, the most I ever tell to write it. But the words are true. You understand? Let me continue reading. See? Art thou become like unto us? So, them are going to look upon America and Britain and them and say, art thou become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Yeah, man. Meanwhile, them are sharp with them sword and them spear. You know what I mean? Shining them nuclear bombs and them missile and them AK-47s ready to attack. Art thou become as weak as us? Art thou become likened unto us? Let me continue reading. See? Verse 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. You know the pomp and pageantry. You know what I mean? One example of that is the Queen's funeral, where you see such, you know what I mean, pomp and pageantry that will come down to the grave. Mean come down to the ground, that will be no more. In other words, no more lavish lifestyle and lavish living after the backs of the slaves over here, the children of Israel. You understand? Let me continue reading. See? And the noise of thy vials, talking about all those music when you see the Queen come out, all of the music that's played to, you know what I mean, in tribute to the Queen. No more vials. You understand? The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Mean, you're not going to get dashed away. You're not going to dead. Worm are going to nyamuno. The Bible is a book of metaphor. No? The Christian church read that and say, oh, when you're there hell, the worm diet not. And one bag of foolishness. They don't understand the Most High. The Most High is a black man. So he talk like a black man. Black people wrote that book on behalf of a black God. So when it said, the worms, let me read it again, read it the right way. Jamaican people understand this, you know. See? When it said, the worms is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee, all that means is, them are go dead. Means the worm are go nyam them. That's all that mean. Ask any shatter. Ask any ghetto youth. Them know what that mean. But your Christian pastor would want you to think some outrageous madness. Not understanding a simple practical book. But we make it practical. The I.S.U.P.K and a commanding general, YAHANNA, makes it practical. That's why we are the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We show you how practical the Bible is. It's not as this fairy tale, spiritual, overly spiritual book. It is not a book of magic. It is not a witch book. You can't cast spell from the Bible. You can't cast no spell from the Bible. The Psalms are not spells. It is Christianity that make you think that. It is just a practical book about your history and how you came over here in slavery and why. And how you're going to come out of this slavery. No witchcraft in the Bible. Continue reading. Zin. Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? All right, remember, we are talking about the white man, you know. And here the Bible I tell you who Lucifer is the white man. I break it down in a video. You can just check the channel. I break it down. I break it down now again. Lucifer is not the angel called Satan. Lucifer is the white man. And this I said, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? What it means is, how is the great nation that is what it was explaining before, how them become weak? You understand? How has the white man kingdom now fall? How has thou fallen from a heavenly state? Remember, I brought out that heaven is a condition and the white man is living in his heaven right now. But how art thou falling from heaven, O Lucifer? So the white man is now going to fall from his heavenly state, ruling this earth. Let me continue reading. Zin. Son of the morning. What it means, son of the morning? The Christian church said, because Satan, Lucifer, was the shiniest, the prettiest, most beautiful angel. You don't need to come out of a Christian church, you know. You don't need to run like a runaway slave out of that place. Run. When it says son of the morning, it's basically I tell you, say, yo, the same way how the sun shine a morning time. This is how the oppressor shines on the face of the earth. He rules the earth. Him rule the entire planet, so him shine. You see him everywhere on, you see him on TV, you see him on your phone, you see everything belongs to him. You see him everywhere. He even paint himself as Jesus. He's shining now. All right. Black people have a saying, say, yo, them no want to see me shine. That is what it's saying. The Bible, black people write it. When it says son of the morning, it means he's shining. Well, your Christian pastor can't understand the Bible because it is the same oppressor who teach him Christianity. Christianity has nothing to do with this book. This is the book of our foreparents. So, how hast thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? How did you fall off of your heavenly state? Son of the morning, the one who did a shine. No, you're not shine no more. Let me continue reading. We go to school, you know, all of we actually, you know, for the most part, at least go through high school and we understand, you know what I mean, metaphors. Oh, your Christian pastor don't understand metaphors. That's why we implore you, come to the I.S.U.P.K and a commanding general, YAHANNA. Learn the Bible the right way. You would be amazed to what really in the Bible. You will understand why the oppressor take the Bible and say, him write it. No, you will understand why they want to paint themselves as Jesus. You understand? The I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general, YAHANNA. Just YouTube. You know what I mean? This is where the real prophets are. You understand? Not in your Christian church. Zane, let me continue read. All right. How art thou cut down to the ground? Talking about how the oppressor in his rulership, in his heavenly state, is being cut down to the ground. How will this happen? Zane, I continue reading. Which did weaken the nations. Who weakened the nations? The white man. You understand? I read it earlier. Yeah, the commanding general, YAHANNA brought it out as well. You know what I mean? They have a saying too. You know what I mean? The sun don't set on the British Empire. Meaning they have conquered so many nations that anywhere the sun shine, you have a British colony. So the sun don't set. Meaning the sun don't go down. Because anywhere on the globe you're there. You're there at the British Empire. So the sun can't set on the British Empire. They weaken the nations. Talking about the oppressor. You understand? Let me continue reading. 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. So now it talk about literal heaven now. Where the Most High live in the fourth dimension out there in space. You understand? They want to ascend into heaven. You understand? I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. And how did the oppressor do this? NASA space program, space station, first man to the moon, the eagle has landed. This is how they ascended into heaven. So it'll show you who the Bible attack. You understand? This is not, yo, Regine, that book here. This book is a roadmap to your salvation. But you just need to understand what going on in it. And the I.S.U.P.K and a commanding general, YAHANNA, we teach the Bible, not your Christian pastor, not your Rastafari, we did. See? Let me continue reading. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation. We are the congregation. But them rule over us. Mount mean government. So them rule on top of the congregation. Them rule the children of Israel. Zin, let me continue reading. In the sides of the north, verse 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. And you see the white man do that with him space program and him aircrafts, them and everything. Zin, well, I know him alone I do that now, but he was the progenitor of that. Him kick that off. And he's the most advanced in that, him go the furthest. You understand? Let me continue reading. Zin, I will be like the Most High. And how did he become like the Most High? That same white Jesus in your Christian church. That them paint and tell you that this is not only Christ, but this is God himself. That is what Lucifer did. And that Lucifer is the white man. Not no angel. Lucifer is not an angel. Lucifer is the white man. There's one place alone in the Bible we talk about Lucifer, and that is when we just read. So where your Christian pastor get all this madness about Lucifer being angel or Lucifer being Satan? Let me show you that Lucifer is the white man. That Lucifer is actually not an angel but a man. See, let me continue reading. See, verse 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell. What is hell? Hell is the opposite of heaven. So if heaven is a position of rulership, hell is the opposite. Hell is what we live in here in the garrison in Jamaica. That is hell. Hell is what the Ukrainians are experiencing now. You understand? Not well, the Ukrainians are the beginning of the oppressor experiencing is hell. But that is an example of what hell is. You understand? Let me continue reading. To the sides of the pit. You understand? Not a literal pit. Not a literal pit. Just mean a low state. See? Let me continue reading. Verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. Meaning, they that see thee shall look upon yourself. When you say narrow, mean you squint your eye them. See? Narrowly look upon thee. Let me continue reading. See? You know when you look upon somebody and you say, oh, that? I really that brother? Yeah, same way. See? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? Lucifer is a man upon the face of the earth, and that man is the white man. He made the earth tremble with all his bombs and his, you know what I mean, weapon of mass destruction that he created. You know what I mean? He went to Afghanistan and bombed them to the Stone Age. He went to Afghanistan. He went to Vietnam. He went to every country on the face of the earth and bombed them to the Stone Age. So they that see him when this happened will narrowly look upon him. Is this the man that made the world to tremble? You understand? And Lucifer is a man. You understand? He's not an angel, he's a man. You understand? So we need to go to the Christian pastor them and grab that Bible all time and forcefully and tell him to never take it up again and read it. You understand? Let me continue reading. Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdom? The oppressor shake every kingdom upon the face of the earth. You understand? With all him weapons of mass destruction. It was the oppressor that dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You understand? After Pearl Harbor, when the Japanese, attack America, America did not go to war with the Japanese, they dropped 2 atomic bombs on them. They are the only nation to ever drop the atomic bomb on another nation. And after that, I just be a Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, the Japanese them start put out. There were one samurais, but now them only show you samurais in a cartoon. Be a cartoon them shot. Them turn some cartoon. Turn them in a cartoon. You understand? Yeah, man. After that atomic bomb, they shook kingdom, them shake kingdoms. The Bible is not a religious book. It is a history and a futuristic book. It tell you what going and what going to happen. And it is the book of your forefathers to tell you what is going to happen and what to expect, how to come out of this captivity, and to know who your enemies are. It identifies every nation upon the face of the earth. Every single nation upon the face of the earth, the Bible identifies. Just like how it identified the white man. Yeah, man. See, let me continue reading. All right. I read whole heap of this, Yo, the live you go long, I just saw it set, A long class today. I just saw it things set. I have the energy today. You see? Yeah, man. All right, let me continue reading. Verse 17. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof. This man bombed, so many cities in the Middle East, in Vietnam, He did so much destructive thing on the face of the earth. This Lucifer, the white man. You understand? Let me continue reading. That open not the house of his prisoners. No, who have black people in a prison? The white man. The black community make up 13% of the population over there in the United States. And account for 80% of those in prison. Our thoughts created our actions. I don't know what you mean by that, brother. Explain what you mean by that. The Bible is the first written technology on the face of the earth. Explain that for me. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? Shalom to everybody watching. You know what I mean? You know the thing, we are I.S.U.P.K, Jamaica. You know what I mean? Started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. You know what I mean? We are the home of the truth and we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. We are the home of the truth. Every other Israelite group learned from the I.S.U.P.K. Either their leaders were in the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I mean, or their leaders were in the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? We did not, I repeat, Commanding General YAHANNA did not give anybody any permission to create another Hebrew Israelite group. You understand? So if you see another Hebrew Israelite group out there, just find the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? When you see them, tell them to come home. See? We did not give them permission to go out there. You understand? The Most High is only dealing with one. You understand? Which is consistent throughout the Bible. The Most High never deal with everybody. You understand? I'm not sure about that. Maybe some technology. I definitely know that. You know what I mean? I definitely know that there are some things in the Bible. For example, colleges in the Bible. We had colleges as the nation of Israel. You understand? So, I can't really say that per se, but yeah, I know so them get a lot of things out of the Bible. Tell you where them get out of the Bible as well. Every ancient kingdom where them can't find today, them looking at the Bible and find it and know exactly where it's located. Because the Bible is such an accurate history book. You understand? But you know what I mean, the Christian church do such a detriment to the reputation of the Bible that they have our people thinking that the Bible is some kind of fairy tale. When the Bible tells the past, present, and future. You understand? All right, let me continue reading. Yeah, man, big up yourself for that statement they do. Our thoughts created our actions. Big up yourself, brother. Zin, let me continue reading. All right. So the white man, who is Lucifer, the Bible show you say, he opened not the house of the prisoners, which means him have black people over here in prisons. Here in Jamaica, we full up the jail house too. We in a Britain own them prisoners with the exception of the private prisons. Zin, but at them have us in prison. And prison is another form of slavery. You understand? Let me continue reading. Verse 18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. Verse 19. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. You understand? So the Most High now have no mercy upon the white man. Everybody, you understand? Everybody else will be set in their own land. When you see white man, he will go into slavery until he go extinct. He will be no more. And rightfully so. You understand? Yeah, man, that is a virus upon the face of the earth. You understand? We just, you know what I mean, encountered the COVID-19, but for 400 years we have been suffering under the Caucasian 19. You understand? The Caucasian 19 had us in slavery and oppression for 400 years. You understand? COVID-19 now have nothing over them. They are the true virus on the face of the earth. You understand? Let me continue reading. See? But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, and go down to the stones of the pit, as the carcass trodden under feet. Let me continue reading. 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, meaning this white man won't get, you know what I mean, a proper burial. Yeah, man, in destruction, it will be terrible. Terrible. You understand? They never get a proper burial. Same way like our brothers and sisters in slavery did not get a proper burial. You understand? Let me continue reading. Zin. Slakia. Slakia. Right. Because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people, the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. You understand? So even them own people them kill and destroy them own land, Mount Seir, out of Caucasus mountains them come from. You understand? Let me continue reading. Verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children. White say prepare slaughter for his children. Anybody can answer that? May I give you 10 seconds for typing the answer. 15 seconds. Zin. White say prepare slaughter for his children. All right. The reason why it said children, because nowadays when you talk to white people about slavery, them say, well, I had nothing to do with it. It was my foreparents. We are not racist. Come to find out they are as racist as them foreparents. But they are saying that, you know what I mean, they did not have nothing to do with them foreparents enslaving our foreparents. But yet still they benefit from all of the wealth that was gathered by their foreparents. You know what I mean? They did not give up the wealth and say, well, my foreparents did your foreparents wrong. Here is the wealth. Take it back. No, them enjoy it and live in luxury. Become millionaires and billionaires and live in luxury on this earth. And guess what we inherit? We inherit the sufferation of our foreparents. So the scripture make you know say, prepare slaughter for their children. You understand? Let me continue reading. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers. So your foreparents put us in slavery, slaughter us, rape us, rob us. You understand? You have to pay a fee. Because they did not pay a fee. You have to pay the cost for the slaughter and the murder of your fathers, because we pay the cost. of the slavery of our forefathers. It is only justice, is only right. You understand? Let me continue reading. That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities, and it is the oppressor that fill all the earth with cities. Well, the Most High is saying that is coming to an end. You understand? Right. You know what I mean? Patricia Lewis said, this, just as they do to the black people, it will return back to their children. Right. Right, sis. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, make sure, say, uno attend with classes, you know. Well, for those that might not be able to attend in person, who can attend online, brothers who want to join the school, you know what I mean? Just call the number that you see on our, I'll put the number in the description. You know what I mean? Forward, join the school, help add to the movement so that your people can wake up. You understand? We there do the work, but we need brothers and sisters to come in to help do the work. Of course, the work of the sisters are different from the brothers. You understand? Sisters don't teach, but brothers teach, and brothers go into out into the street and teach. You understand? Come on, man. Forward, come out of the Christian church and out of Rastafariism and come into the I.S.U.P.K and build up the truth. You understand? Help make the truth grow. And you will see your oppressor fall quicker than ever. And share it around, share around the knowledge too. You understand? And if you're not in the school, don't teach. Just share around the video. You're not authorized to teach the Bible. Same like how the Christian pastor is not authorized to teach the Bible. You understand? Because there's a lot of destruction that comes with teaching the Bible when you are not proper educated about the Bible. You understand? The reason why so much people hate the Bible is because people who did not know the Bible went out and teach the Bible. That's why we implore you to come to the school, learn, be a part of the body. You understand? The body, real body of Christ. You understand? And then, you know what I mean? Go out and teach the people. All of we just go out and teach the people. You understand? You know what I think already. All right, let me continue reading. I read off the whole of Isaiah 14 and 1. See? Whole of that chapter here. Almost finished. So it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. You understand? So this populating and this colonization of the earth will come to an end. You know what I mean? By the oppressor. You understand? Let me continue reading. Verse 23. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and the pools of water. You understand? And I will sweep it with the basin of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. Verse 24. The Lord of hosts has sworn, saying, surely. And when the Most High says surely, you know, Virgin, you don't want bet him or gamble him on that, you know. Surely. See? Let me continue reading. As I have thought, so shall it come to pass. And as I have proposed, so shall it stand. You understand? Verse 25. That I will break the Assyrians in my land and upon my mountains, tread him underfoot. Then shall his yoke depart from off them, and his burden depart from off their shoulders. You understand? The Assyrians were, you know what I mean, had our Hispanic brothers in slavery. So now this is a metaphor, you know what I mean, to tell you that this is the same judgment. This is basically a judgment for that. You understand? For the Assyrians having our Hispanic brothers in slavery over there when they were over there in Jerusalem. You understand? So the Most High never forget about that as well. Let me continue reading. See? Slakia. And his burden depart from off their shoulders. Verse 26. This is the purpose that is proposed upon the whole earth, and this is the hand that is stretched out upon all nations. So I know just the white man ever feel it, you know. Every nation that had a part to play in our captivity. You understand? Every nation that oppressed the children of Israel today. They might feel it. You understand? Verse 27, for the Lord of hosts has proposed, and who shall disannul? So the Most High say, I have proposed this, and who shall disannul? So the Most High say it. So who can make it stop? Who can stop it? Nobody can stop it. Right now, Russia and, you know what I mean, and China get ready to fight World War III. You know what I mean? And Russia seem like them back against the wall right now. Who knows? You understand? And as we have brought out, World War III has begun. And another question, what have your Christian pastors been telling you about World War III? Are they preparing you for World War III? Are they preparing you for the nuclear destruction that is at hand right now? And like we said, Russia seem like them have them back against the wall. If Russia can beat, you know what I mean, America in weapon sophistication, rest assured that Russia have all the nuclear arsenal, most of the nuclear arsenal in the world. You understand? And them have something that America don't have, and that is a thing called hypersonic weapon. Hypersonic means it can go up to 18 times the speed of sound. See? That means you can't shot them out of the sky. When them the fire, that is a sure hit. You understand? That is Russia, you know. The Bible call them Gog. G-O-G. You understand? Where your Christian pastor say to you about them things. They are telling you about the plagues them we are forward. They are telling you about the war we are forward. Why are we as the children of Israel just sitting back, relaxing, you know what I mean, as if nothing now go on around with, when the world is falling apart by it seems? Why is your government making it seem like, you know what I mean, a prosperity future is out there? When America is falling, Britain is falling, that they depend upon. That's why we implore you, come to the I.S.U.P.K. So you can know how to escape. Go on. Something is coming quickly. You understand? Let me continue reading. And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back? When the Most High stretch out his hand for juke you with a sword there, you know, figuratively. See? Nobody can turn it back. It's a sure hit. Let me continue reading. Verse 28. In the year after King Ahaz died was this burden. You understand? Verse 29. Rejoice not thou, whole Palestine, you know, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. For out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice, and his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent. These are all metaphors. In verse 30. And the firstborn of the poor shall feed. Right, the firstborn of the poor. Who is the firstborn of the poor? Who in the worst poverty here on earth? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? Let me continue reading. The firstborn of the poor shall feed. You understand? And the needy shall lie down in safety. You understand? So the poor people on the face of this earth, they will lie down in safety. You understand? Zin? And I will kill thy root with famine, and he shall slay thy raiment. So meanwhile we lie down in safety, the Most High will kill the oppressor's root. Talking about when you kill the root of a tree, guess what happened to that tree? That tree dies. And when you say kill the root, that means the white man is having a problem today with reproduction, saying that, you know what I mean, they are not reproducing in the numbers, you know what I mean, like one time. And the Most High plan to make them go completely extinct. This is the work of the Most High. You understand? Let me continue reading. Verse 31. All, O gate, cry, O city, thou, whole Palestine, art dissolved. You know what I mean? This might be referring to, me I have to check with my captain still. This might be referring to, you know what I mean, the so-called Jewish man over there in the land of Palestine, which is a part of our land. You understand? For there shall come from the north a smoke, and none shall be alone in his appointed time. So this smoke is talking about the nuclear mushroom cloud. You know what I mean? And we have other scriptures where clearly show you what it is talking about, but for another class. In verse 32, what shall one Then answered the messenger of the nation, that the Lord has found Zion, and the poor of his people shall trust in it. Right, so you see, the poor are talking about Israel. Israel is Zion. You know what I mean? Of course, the oppressor make a movie called Matrix, where Zion, you know what I mean? Well, when name something like a Fishburne, a black man, was, you know what I mean, the head of Zion. You know what I mean? Them know what them are doing, you know. Them know what them are doing, man. See, in the Matrix, Zion was really, you know what I mean, a representation of the children of Israel. But the Most High, you know what I mean, call us Zion, or Zion in the Hebrew, which means weapon. We are the Most High's weapon. You understand? Yeah, man, we are the Most High weapon. And with that, we are going to close off the class. See? Remember to like this video, like this live. Press up the screen, you know what I mean? Make the likes go up, you understand? Share it around on all social media platforms. Follow this page. This is the only place that you will ever learn the Bible. You understand? Your Christian pastors told you lies. You understand? Lawrence Fishburne. Big up yourself, Anthony. Yeah, man. Lawrence Fishburne. You understand? Yeah, man. The I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general, YAHANNA. We are the teachers of the Bible. We are the prophets under Yahawashi Mashiach, which the world called Jesus Christ. Yeah, which is a black man. See? And with that, we're going to jump to the security announcements. All right, these are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, there are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'aishara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you'd like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, that is the memorial of the blowing of the trumpet. You understand? 1 second. So the next Holy Convocation is the memorial of the blowing of the trumpet. And that is next week, so this Sunday coming. You understand? This is the first day of the 7th month, which is Sunday the 25th of September, which means the 7th month. The real 7th month is September. All right? You can find this in the book of Leviticus 23, verse 24 to 25. You understand? So the Most High gave us holy days that we should keep as the children of Israel. That has significance. It has huge significance. Unlike Christmas, unlike Easter, unlike Valentine's Day that the oppressor give to us and call it holiday. The Most High gave us holy days and the oppressor plagiarize it and gave us holidays. When we are not supposed to celebrate Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day because that is idolatry. And the Most High punish us for them things there. But these are the holy days that we're supposed to keep. The Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, you know what I mean? And so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So next week, Sunday coming, actually, Zane, is the memorial of the blowing of the trumpet. You understand? And you can tune in to every I.S.U.P.K school and tune in with us and keep the holy day that the Most High command you to keep and stop celebrating Easter and Christmas and them things there. You understand? Because those are holidays that the oppressor, your slave master give you. You understand? If you stop keep Christmas and Easter, trust me, your slave master go bankrupt. Yeah, man. You have an economical collapse. Remember that. Because that's all it is for you. So that you can sin against the Most High and so that you can make him even more rich. You understand? All right, let me continue reading. Upcoming Holy Convocation, that was the memorial of the blowing of the trumpet, reminding Akiam and Akwatiam to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, they need to start wearing all black boots, slakia, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And that include, if you want to be a part of the school, all right, let me just put the number in the description. See? Number in the comments. Right? 1 second. So if you want to be a part of the school, when you just start, you need to, if you're even watching online, you have to wear all black. You understand? Yeah, man, like a real soldier. This does not apply to the sisters, though. Then, sisters, however, you have to wear a head wrap. You understand? You know what I mean? Brothers, your head must not be uncovered. That is the reason why we have this. You know what I mean? So the crown of our head is not uncovered. So you must never watch class with your head covered. They're talking about our brothers, but the sisters must have them head covered. But we have to give you a number for call. Zin, 1 second. One second. 2 number actually. All right, we're going to break that down in another class. Just to let you know that it's biblical, Zin, because Christ is our head. You understand? The scripture says it is a shame for a woman to pray having her head, you know what I mean, uncovered. But it is a shame for a man to pray having his head covered. We'll break that down, Zin, in another class. But just know that, just, you know what I mean, just know so when you watch class, if you're a man, don't cover your head. If you're a woman, get a head wrap. See? It's symbolic. You understand? Yeah, man. It not have no spiritual thing. It's not a magical thing, you know. See? It's symbolic. It's just us following the Most High's orders. You get what I say? Yeah. That is important, that we follow orders. You know what I mean? All right, so yeah, and if you're a brother and you want to be a part of the school, all black, Zim, there's the numbers that you should call if you want to be a part of this, you know what I mean, this school, Zim. All right, so we're going to jump to the prayers. All right, we're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. Sar, which means to turn. Wapanya Aquadam, which means and face the east. So when you pray, you turn and face the east, facing Jerusalem. You understand? So we're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. Abanawa, Shabashamayam, Kwadash, Aya, Shamka, Yahawa, Malakwatka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Aya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Aya, Bashamayam, Nathanlanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaklanawa, Kawabwat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawabwat Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Anawa, Panasayawan, Abal, our Shainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwat, Wa'ala, Wataparat, La'aiwalamyam, Amen. In the English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever so be it. Amen. All right, this is the prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek, synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Pasikomatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the Edens that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the Edens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that has done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you always. So be it. All right, this is the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ma'asham Yahushai, Baba Kwasha, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Larpa'a, Kalmakala, Wakalmadawa, Hakak, Lata'ar, Amatazorayam, Hakak, La'akwayam, Amathiam, Hakak, Irakawat, Atama'ala, Lagarashan, Ba'ashamya Awashai, Tawara Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it. All right, this is the prayer for the blessings to bless Israel. Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Barak Klanawa, Wayasharala, Wa'a, Bayat Sapariam, Barak, Rapa'a, Magan, Hagan, Commanding General YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the young men and the sisters, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Tawara Aman. What we said was, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, our Lord in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Yahweh Shai, our Jesus. Thank you, so be it. All right, Sar, which means to turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute. You understand? Men of Israel, I mad him Shabbat. I mad you. Barak. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai Barak. Thumb. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel. I mad him Shabbat. I mad him. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alathon Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. Yarimata. Class dismissed. All right, remember to like, you know what I mean, share, follow this page on YouTube, Facebook, like, share, follow, subscribe, you understand? And with that, we're going to close out the class. You understand? Shalom.
UPK, one West. Babylon is falling to rise no more again. Babylon is falling. Freedom is here, my friend, not just part of the nation. Yeah, our shine never come bring peace, him start of the vision. Don't put your trust in the riches and wealth, contamination. But just the last statutes and commandments, we make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the mission. Daniel get a vision, him see the black Christ, it wasn't a white depiction. No allegiance to Rome nor its regions, come out them religion if you want be a free man. Cause the deacons them full of demons, same situation with Rasta with Islam. Only beacon of hope for your lean and is UPK and the General YAHANNA every foul of the ear. Every beast of the field, every creeping thing we creep on land, every mouth of the clear, loud and clear. Yahawashi Mashiach is a black man who have ear, let him hear. Time to prepare, spiritually separate from Babylon. We no weak, we no fear, we no tear. Bun Saddam, my bun Batman are just part of the nation. Yahawashi never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. I just the last statutes and commandments would make the decision to keep them with precision. Just part of the nation, send evils and curses on the whole city and the beasts and all churches. America fall, them deserve it. Rome get defeated to repeat another first days. Hey, 400 years to work with, then desert with, then turn round and call we worthless. But now the COVID lurking, them hurting, and then the doctors and nurses. Hey, one day to your building have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn if you still want Babylon burn. One day to your building have to turn after the long journey. No care much money you a earn, hey, I just part of the mission. Yahawashi never come bring peace in start of the vision. No put your trust in the riches and wealth, guns are ammunition. I just the last statutes and commandments would make the decision to keep them with precision. I just part of the mission.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine in, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I did it, nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, up some solid circle, tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin on kindness. I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even count. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. UPK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that econ line into a damn tank. I got chopper stash in that attic like they had Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine in. I ain't show no mercy, I'm gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show the skills, how I show the skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man.